75 hertz.
Hey guys, Nick here from J4U Studios, and welcome to the J4U Podcast. Hi Ian, nice to see you back. We are back as well.
Yeah.
Hi Ian.
Back on hiatus.
Good morning.
You love your dad? Do you though?
Oh, we're gonna get there. We're gonna go there.
This is not out of sync.
We're not in sync either.
Alright, so it's been a while since we've done an episode of the J4U Podcast.
Oh yeah.
So we have a lot to cover.
Yeah, exactly. So much stuff.
But yeah, so also, sorry, I'm trying to monitor audio and talk at the same time. Not a strong suit of mine.
I think you're good.
That's
Yeah.
good enough.
But anyway, so this is a part of the Do It For The Kids charity live stream. So please, via the link down in the description below, donate to our page on Children's Miracle Network. And if you can't do that, then share the stream with as many people as possible so that hopefully they can donate.
Someone with a credit card, preferably.
Yeah.
So if you have your parents' credit card, please.
Nope.
You know what to do.
Also, we do have Do It For The Kids merch,
Alright.
which actually I think looks awesome.
It does look
Thank
very
you.
You
pretty
thank him
sexy.
this time.
Like, let me see if I can actually pull that up here. But yeah, I really do like this year's merch. Last year's merch, I mean, I'm ripping it right now.
Thank you.
Was
Yeah.
my favorite piece of merch, and this one is also dope. It is. For some reason, it's very hard to find though. So,
Did you put a link to it?
I have eccentric tastes. I don't like people to find what I make.
Did you just like hack it to make sure it's like very obscure on the internet?
I want to be very difficult to find.
Okay.
Okay, I need
Are
people
you-
to jump through flaming hoops to get this.
well, so you guys can see this. The screen won't.
Like a 50
Uh,
million digit code.
This is what I typically search. Hold on, T-Screen, Do It For The Kids, J4U Studios. Where's... Actually, this is different than...
Story.
Blue boy who's very blue.
Every time I hear
There it is. So I searched that. So this is Do It For The Kids charity live stream, Teespring, and then you click on it, and it is last year's shirt. Oh, that's interesting. You scroll down, and there's this year's shirt.
Whoa, wow! I wonder who
It's a
made
little
that.
interesting, but
Yeah,
let me actually blow this up and put it on screen for you guys. Hold on.
Who
Where
made you? Whatever.
Okay, so there you guys can see it. That's the Do It For The Kids merch this year. You can get it in navy, and there's a logo right there. I think it looks dope.
I think it's the best in Navy.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd say so.
Then
too.
you got black,
which also
Looks
looks
good
very
black.
nice.
and you got white.
It's gonna wipe.
Then you can get it in a hoodie as well.
Harry with
I want to say something, but
I will say
Yeah, I guess
hoodies are expensive.
Oh,
So I'd
yeah.
personally just get it in a shirt. Mug, which not a huge fan of the navy for the mug. The
Yeah.
black and the white though I think look
Yeah.
pretty
I think
nice.
white
nice.
Black,
looks the
and then
best.
I think I agree. White is my favorite for the mug. Hold on, there it is.
It's seamless.
Structure.
Yep. And then you can get it as just a sticker.
Right.
Put on your car.
put it on your laptop.
Put it on your wife.
On
Right
his
in front of
face.
the mouth, in the nose, so they can't
Make them
see.
represent. You know, let them represent.
Having issues with your partner? Slap it over them.
That's,
Mhm.
that's for Flex
Yeah.
Seal.
Are you flexing on them with a sticker?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I gotta be tougher than Flex Seal.
You
Guess
mean
what?
flex tape.
He
It's like,
screams
yo,
at the camera.
I made this little sticker. Here you go.
But yeah, so that's our merch. And then also another thing I'm gonna shout out. Let me see if numbers have changed since the last time.
Let's see.
We are currently at subscriber-wise 3,997 subs.
Whoa.
So we're 3 away from
Three more
4,000.
away?
That's really cool.
Guys, let's push it.
Yeah,
Yep.
push it.
It would
Subscribe.
be dope
I
if
have
we could
not
get it during this
subscribed
live
yet.
stream.
What the fuck?
Well, there you go.
Lo siento. Let me go subscribe now.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll be
awesome.
one more.
You're right.
Yeah. In that case, we'll be 2 away,
Yeah.
which is
Did you
Dope.
subscribe, Marco?
Yes, I have.
Did you subscribe?
Yes.
Okay.
I know because you're sometimes like one of
Did
the
you
first to
subscribe?
comment.
Yeah.
I know, because I have 2. Oh, shit.
So one more
I had
subscriber. Click.
Hey,
We
Yeah.
are
The bell to
2
get
away.
notified.
2 more
Gotta
away.
get notified.
that damn bell. That's
Yeah, that bill.
I remember the times it used to be not a big thing, but now it's a big thing.
Remember the time before the bell?
remember when subscribing actually meant something.
Remember before
Now
Vietnam?
it's sort of like, I kind of acknowledge you, but
Pepper
you're...
Fridge Farms, remember?
It remembers what you did that night.
We also remember who Lucy is. So you better
Let's
watch
take a moment
it.
to remember.
Lucy.
But anyway.
God damn it.
Anywho.
Let's do.
So, are we ready to get started on this
Yes,
packed
we are.
agenda?
Yeah, we
Yes,
gotta.
sure,
Let's
Mr. Nick,
go.
sure.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
as
Mr.
always, Luke
Nixon.
was a big help on this agenda, so I have a feeling he'll be contributing the most. But
Yeah.
as we typically do, we'll start off with movies, which there's a bunch we've missed.
Yeah.
Starting with Ocean's 8. Now, has
can't
anyone
help.
here seen the Ocean 11 movies?
I've seen one of them.
You
I
have?
saw a clip of one.
I'm in that kind of same boat. I know the gist of what it's about, and I
Yeah.
think I've seen a clip.
I've seen a clip one time.
I've watched the first film of the original trilogy that they had, and it's fun, and it's kind of got a nice swanky sort of lounge vibe to it, and it's it's like a heist caper, but it's sort of in the fact that it's just like the characters aren't really all that interesting other than they're super cool. They're just, it's like having a million Tony Starks in one cast.
Oh no.
It's a great
All
analogy.
cocky?
Exactly. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
What an Avengers team up.
All Tony
Just
Starks.
a bunch of billionaires in suits.
All
Tony,
cocky,
yeah.
wanting to see
That's
the
the thing.
world.
Tony,
wanting to
Thanos
be
is coming.
cool.
Where's Tony? He went drinking. Where's Tony too?
He's on a diet right now. What?
15
How does that
Tonys.
affect what he's doing
There'd
here?
be 11 Tonys, so it'd be Tony 11.
He changed religion and went vegan. What?
What?
What does that have to do with fighting?
He doesn't want to fight anymore.
He's a
He-
pacifist now.
But
He believes that was a cocoon all along. What the
But
fuck? But that doesn't matter. 'Cause Tony's right there.
I put that in because I didn't watch the new film. I wasn't sure if anybody else did, but I heard a lot of people saw it and enjoyed it. But
That's good.
So I might say something. Yeah, so I'll just say it.
okay.
If I have regrets about it, then whatever. I feel like this is that same kind of thing that the new Ghostbusters movie tried.
Sorry.
Oh.
And it's basically that,
Whoa.
you know what? Let's make an all-female cast movie about something that didn't have that, and that would do well, right?
But that's also
Without the kind of follow-through of actually...
making it something its own rather than just hey, it's the same movie.
I feel like that's exactly the thought process that went behind it. I feel like
kind of
let's
it's
just do this and this.
it's
Yeah.
not the
Formula.
fact that it's the female cast. It's just it's not anything new to it besides that.
But who
Yeah, and
knows?
I haven't seen the new Ghostbusters movie, so I don't know if it was crap or if it was good.
I have.
It was
It's alright.
It was
a
the
movie.
most mediocre. It was just
So
kind of mediocre.
Kind of like the solo of the Ghostbuster movies, or less fun, more
I
fun.
heard Ghostbusters 2 is worse. Than
Yeah.
Adult virgin. You guys ever see that?
Well,
I'm an adult.
For me, I see Solo as, which I don't know if we're going to talk about Solo. Is it on here, Luke?
Yeah, it's on here.
Okay.
I think.
So I'll talk about this more, but I feel like Solo is kind of it's a good middle film. It's fun.
It is really fun.
It's not the
yeah.
best, it's not the worst, it's just fun.
Yeah, it has issues
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we on full.
We'll get to
Or-
Solo later.
Okay.
I just wanted to drop that because we were kind of on the subject and it contributed to Ocean's 8, but...
I get
It's
you.
after Ocean's 8.
Hereditary.
Oh yeah, I would like to talk about
Oh,
that.
Alright.
The grandmother seems like a real bitch.
We actually never see a scene with her, so we
Just-
can't tell. But
Just putting it out there.
she may or may not be a Satanist, so I mean that's a thing.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty obvious.
But like,
No, I thought it was a thing where it was a speculation at the end of the film, you never know.
yeah. No,
It
she,
turns out it was the mother all along.
but like,
I'm not
this
doing
might be my second favorite film of the year so far. Like, it was actually a really good horror film, honestly.
that. I heard good things about it.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's just pants pissingly uncomfortable, and that's more of the horror behind it. Is just I don't like this situation. Please stop.
It's just a cringe compilation.
It's,
No, no.
I mean,
Stop it.
if your cringe is being exposed of horrible denials of your life, then yeah,
Ooh.
that kind.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's really good. It's also very just. It's kind of slow, so a lot of people were like, "This is lame. I don't like it. It's got slow pacing and isn't interesting." But that's the thing I like. There's The Shining. There's been a lot of great horror films that do slow
I love The
pacing.
Shining.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not onto that level, but it's still great. And also got one of my favorite performances of the year from the mother character because she
That's
is.
good.
Yeah, it's great because she can go from being super sad and just oh damn I feel you to being to a point where I was like. Oh, okay. So that's what we're doing. And also that that ending, a lot of people say is dumb as fuck, but like, I mean, if you're paying attention to the film, it kind of makes a lot of sense. And people are like, it's abstract and strange, therefore bad. But like, again, like, it's not like just dumb shit. Like, it's not intentionally like it doesn't make sense, therefore art. It has a meaning behind it, and the movie actually is like pretty obvious in that, and it's really good. Also, let me think. What else was there that I was gonna say? It's kind of funny at parts. Actually, it's kind of funny. It's like in the weirdest way. Like,
that's weird.
There's like one scene that like half of the people were either just like crawling into a ball in their pants like in uncomfortableness, and other people were laughing. And not necessarily in the that's stupid. It's more just like that was kind of funny in that sense.
You're like, why am I watching this?
It's like The Lobster,
Kinda gets
honestly,
the
in
point.
that sense, and,
Yeah.
and it's both those two kind of meshing together. But I loved it. It's super good. I'd recommend it for people who would be open to it.
Has anybody else here seen it?
No.
I can spoil the ending. It's lost. Just kidding. No, I'm kidding.
That would be the fun. That would be more
fountain?
terrifying.
It's just a fountain. That's it. Okay.
No.
Yeah, it's. I'm not a huge horror fan. Despite directing a horror movie just recently.
You are terrible with horror.
Yeah,
God.
but-
Yeah, like Nick, it would.
I've heard a lot of good things about the movie. Will I see it? Probably not.
I feel things.
You'd hate it. Like, considering how you are with horror games, you'd fucking hate this.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it will be. I think it was good without seeing it, and probably not seeing
I
it.
say it's good.
So
And Luke has the right of way.
And
Yeah.
I say it's stinky.
Fucking
Okay.
get out of here. You're
So,
banned.
I think we're gonna have a tonal change here. Marco, I think you're gonna be the main person talking about this one.
Oh.
Hotel Transylvania 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Adam
So-
Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
It seems like each Hotel Transylvania movie progressively becomes more like an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh no.
This one was straight up, he gets the girl.
Oh,
He
no.
doesn't-
And the girl who tries to kill him.
Yeah, they get together and it all ends in a big old dance party.
No, I
So
don't
what
get
is
it.
what's that with animated movies?
Yeah, we
I
talked about that
don't
when
get
we
it.
watched Robots. Cause yeah, like that's how that ended.
I
I
like
thought,
that
is
movie.
this
Maybe that's a guilty
is
pleasure.
this 2000s where
Maybe.
they
Did
think
you
they
ever
all
thought
have to
about
end
it?
this way?
The whole like how it works.
How society works.
I just know that one
So-
it's like making a baby. That's the fun part.
So the movie's
It's like-
about
Yeah.
Dracula finding love. And
Good
the
shit.
more they say, she's my zing, it sounds fucking made
Wait,
up.
what?
There's this whole thing throughout the movie. It's like a zing is like your love at first sight,
Kind of thing, yeah. Like that
which
sort of
sounds more ridiculous further on you go.
thing. By the way,
You have
The-
two angry babies.
Also,
over
one
here.
character just keeps fucking reproducing out of nowhere.
Oh,
Just like
gosh.
he
I
threw
hate
up
when
and
that
he
happens.
has a kid now.
The kid threw
The
up and
kid's
had to-
balloon popped, so he took a chunk out of his chest, and now it's a dog. I guess.
Father of the Year.
Father of the Year.
I'm horrified.
I got a question for
What?
you, Marco. Like when I saw the trailer for that, why did I get a Popeye feel?
I don't know. A
You wanna
lot
know
of
why?
the designs were like Popeye.
I know why.
Why?
I know why, but just like, why did they like
It's a design choice, I guess.
exactly? But like they were going to make a Popeye movie.
But also, it's the third movie in a trilogy. Do they really want to change
Style.
style?
exactly.
It's hard
That's
to
what
be-
I don't get.
After seeing this movie, okay, they're like two good songs, I'll admit. And the animation, of course, you know.
Fuck
The
off.
animation, of course, was good for the movie. You know, it was pretty solid,
So sad,
energetic.
Dylan.
What was that?
Dylan's in the chat right now.
Okay.
Hi, Dylan.
It
Just
was
that so many of these movies I've seen.
anyways, it was energetic, but at the same time, story is a pile of crap. Just
Dookie.
it's hard to believe the person who made Samurai Jack
The guy who made Samurai Jack.
Yeah, he did.
created this.
Yeah.
You guys
This
didn't know
is
this?
the same person.
I don't know
No.
that.
You guys
Yeah.
really didn't know this.
I know about that
But
already.
I really,
Like,
I'm surprised he did. Nick, are you serious?
Yeah, no.
I
Again, I've never actually seen a Hotel Transylvania movie.
I'll admit the
also.
first one.
I saw the first
It's
one.
actually
I was like
good.
12.
You know,
Same here.
you see a Adam Sandler joke coming at you, but it's covered with some. It's pretty clever at times,
Yeah, it's at least fun.
but each movie it just de-evolves and turn into, like I keep saying, an Adam Sandler movie.
I'm just waiting for
Adam
Oscar
Sandler,
to
keep-
appear.
Adam Sandler, come back to Paul Thomas Anderson, please.
Also, they keep making this joke throughout the movies. These two werewolves constantly
Made it.
having kids. This one, they are
They're
destroyed.
fucking?
Yes,
Yeah, I hope they are.
they are destroyed. And I'm thinking,
That was a weak.
they look so depressed, and I'm thinking, you could stop fucking.
Yeah.
This is still an option.
It's like a
One of
werewolf.
you could get fixed.
Yeah.
I think you have enough.
Snip, snip.
And take the umbilical cord, and hey, it's a baby boy.
Oh,
Do
I
they do
remember
it in werewolf form or human form? Because one's a vasectomy, the other's neutering.
Either way, it
don't
works.
know.
Do you go to a vet or a doctor?
If you're
I don't know. It's a werewolf, so
Yeah.
you
That's what
gotta
I'm thinking.
consider.
If you're trying to fix a werewolf, I think it's gonna put up a fight, and I don't want to deal with that.
No, but if
No,
they,
you
like,
see, you
if they
drug
come
them, and
to
then
a-
you just snip, snip.
if they
Just
come
like-
to a neutral
feel like any
agreements, it's like, okay, you gotta get that shit fixed. I can't
Literally.
keep doing this.
tired of your weird.
Political commentary on Mexicans and their children. And you should stop doing this. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, Adam Sandler.
Anyway, so the daughter.
Adam Sandler's secret metaphor.
So, yeah, the two characters that were in the spotlight of the first one.
Mhm.
Again, each movie they progressively take a back seat to Adam Sandler's character.
Yep, pretty much. It's Adam Sandler's new show.
He has a new show.
No, I'm just saying it's like it's now Adam Sandler's show, baby boy.
Oh,
A lot more of the plot holes
wish I wasn't.
start to appear when you keep getting into the movie, and you think, okay, so this is where the movie's actually good. Nope, they're dancing. They're doing the Macarena.
We actually got a
Little kids
good,
would
good
like
question. Will little kids like it though?
It's a good little kids movie. Okay,
But
it's
a
not-
movie as a whole though, it's not, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Mm.
it's not a kind of anime movie where it's for both adults and kids, like The Incredibles.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
if you want your kid to be distracted for an hour or so, this is the movie to do that.
If he's yelling too
Interesting.
much, then just take him.
Which
just like
Take him outside.
No, no.
Talk
Not to the
about
desert.
talk about the rabbits.
Tell me
Again,
about rabbits,
look at the
George.
flowers.
of all the streams,
I tried to. Veer away
Look at
from
the
this.
flowers. I swear, I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
so
Anyways.
moving on to the next topic,
Yep.
Yeah.
we have Artemis.
Oh yeah, Hotel Artemis. I didn't know if anybody saw that.
I need to
Did
see
you?
that.
I need to see.
Did you
that.
see it?
I didn't. I just wasn't sure if anyone else did. I
don't-
do know one thing. There's a line in that someone told me about. It made me laugh my fucking ass
What
off.
is it?
Tell me.
You wouldn't 3D print a gun, would you?
Oh.
Wait,
I
what?
get it.
Wait,
I
what is
get
it?
it.
You wouldn't 3D
Oh.
print a gun.
So
would
what's
you?
the premise of this movie?
Essentially, it's like, okay, so like, there's a
Hotel.
city,
Hotel
Hotel Transylvania.
No, it's like
Exactly.
a hospital for
Well, it's an
criminals.
Adam Sandler
It's a,
movie.
yeah, basically it's a hospital for criminals where it's like they come in, like if they're ever like, after
Injured.
a gunfight, yeah, like they're injured. They can't kill anybody though. And it's run by like a character played by Jodie Foster. It's got like a lot of cool people in it, like
Yeah,
Dave
Charlie Day's
Bautista,
in it.
Charlie Day, Jodie Foster, fuck, who
Oh
else?
wait, hold up. He's.
Jodie Foster.
No, I'm trying to remember. There's another
Yes.
one.
Jodie Foster, my children.
God, I can't remember his name. He's from Jurassic Park.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, just go.
Oh, he is in
Really?
there. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, that one girl from the new Mummy film with Tom Cruise. That was
Also,
awful.
what's
Brody
that?
Foster.
I feel
Yeah.
really
Same
bad for
way.
this. Like,
No.
who plays Drax again?
I said Dave
Bautista?
Bautista already.
Yeah.
I want
There we
him
go.
to be
I'm
my
sorry.
physician.
I'm
Dave
sorry.
Bautista.
Okay. I saw a little promo about him telling someone to relax with sensual background. Okay.
Yeah, that was like a.
That was a nice little promotion thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, I want him to be my spirit guide.
I'm glad there was a second part to that sentence.
A man that
I
can
want
easily...
that man.
To be my spirit guide.
Oh.
I want him to be my spirit.
I
Honestly,
want
though,
a
wouldn't
man
that
who can physically tear me apart.
No, I want a real man that
Really?
can show us a good time throughout these entire.
He's not. He's not.
something
Dude. You're a
else.
dude.
Sorry.
It's more
He's a
I
man.
want you. No. I'm
On
not-
that note,
I'm not-
Marco,
I'm not
the
saying
next
that.
movie
I'm not saying
is Won't You Be My Neighbor?
I want to see that movie.
It makes okay. So me and Nick saw it.
Yep.
And it made me cry. It's so beautiful and happy, and I like it so much.
Which I didn't really know what to expect going into the movie. I knew a little bit about Fred Rogers, but not a whole lot. And this movie actually kind of is pulling back the curtain of what it was like kind of on that show to work on some of the stuff they did.
And it's interesting to sort of hear, like, more like the philosophy of, like, behind the series, too. Because, like, you know, like, you would see the show maybe and be like, oh, it's just like, it's like a nice, quiet, calm kid show. But, like, there's more to it than that. He wanted to kind of get an idea across to people. And it was interesting that he was, like, he had that much, like, kind of faith in, like, children in general. It was like, you know, they might get this message on an emotional sense. Maybe not fully understand it, but maybe later. And it was like, that was interesting. Yeah. Also, might be my current fave of film of the year.
That's good.
Is very good.
I'm glad it turned out to be wholesome, because he was a wholesome man instead of like, this is the truth. Like,
He's horrible.
No!
No, Fred Rogers. No, like, this movie makes you love Fred Rogers even more.
Good, because he's an amazing man.
He's a beautiful.
I was just imagining, like, remember in Rick and Morty, the king,
Which episode?
the king, Mr. Jellybean.
Oh god.
No, let's
I
make
felt physically uncomfortable after watching that.
It's like, no, let them remember him as they think he was, not the monster he truly was.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like dark.
It was so dark.
That was
in the statue. Oh, okay. Anyways,
But yeah.
what's next?
Okay, so moving on from Won't You Be My Neighbor, which I thought was a really good documentary, so if it is around in your area, I recommend it.
I recommend it.
Is, one that hopefully we can all talk about, Incredibles 2.
Oh my god.
That was thick.
I haven't seen it yet, and I want to.
Oh.
But my dad's not around this side of town.
That has nothing to do with why I haven't seen Incredibles. I just wanted to share that.
I want to see it with my family. But my dad lives so far away. No, that said it's so bad. But he left for a little bit to go grocery shopping.
And that was when I went to go see the first Incredibles movie. So the second one, I just...
After he was like, this movie sucks, I'm going to go get a cigarette. And he never came back.
So
No.
anyways,
He left me at the
Helen
movie
was
theater.
thick. I like the movie.
Yeah.
The end.
Look, they're not trying
That was your note.
That's your takeaway.
Look,
Not like, hey, good story.
in his defense, they're not trying to hide it.
They are. They got plenty of shots that are...
Yeah.
Many shots.
I was with my friends, like, oh, okay.
But my honest
we just
opinion, the wait for it was perfect.
Oh, yeah,
I liked how they continued right after like the ending of the first one. I really like the story because it's a bit different. Like instead of just like Mr. Incredible taking the lead, it was Elastigirl, which I liked.
I'd actually argue it's different, but if you look at beat for beat, it is pretty much very similar to that first film, just with gender swaps.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah.
Like,
which I could go more in depth, but there are spoilers with that.
Yeah.
Because it's not just Elastigirl and Mr. Incredible who are kind of gender swapped as well.
Yeah, like
Do they talk about or hint towards Marvel versus DC or anything like that?
Not really.
No,
No.
but they make a Batman. show.
They could have made like some sort of commentary on that.
I was
Oh,
surprised
but then
it wasn't
again,
after
Disney owns Marvel.
Yeah.
So it's like
No, that's pretty rough.
My opinion on it is it was really great. I really enjoyed it, and animation was great. I actually really liked the story.
Ooh, I got another thing.
Oh, yeah. You say your thing, but yeah.
No, like go.
I was going to say one thing that kind of bothered me was some of the character designs were like heavily altered, and I watched like the first film before going into this one, and I'm just like, you remember that fucking Tony Reininger piece of shit?
I know
asshole?
exactly what you're
Like
talking about.
like he looked ugly,
He's-
then they changed him up to look
make him
attractive.
And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? He was an ugly asshole, and I like that.
And now he's just like, hello there.
Now
I
he's,
like your thinking.
now he's just sort
He
of.
was an ugly piece of shit.
He was!
Why did you make him look appealing?
Yeah.
He
I
had like
like
a
that.
squash face, and now they just made him look like
He just
Bam,
looked like
Andy.
Well, basically, he just looked like a normal kid. Like, why him? You know?
Yeah,
And
like-
that's kind of the premise. Like, there could have been better people. She's like, I like him, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I'm the hottest guy in school. Take a look at me. It's like, goodness gracious. we didn't
Okay.
do that. Guys want to be
Now,
with me.
what I'm trying to like say, what I really liked about the film is like when it meant PG-13, it really meant PG-13.
No,
like,
not 13, PG.
It was just
PG.
PG.
Yeah, PG.
PG
Well,
meant PG in
Oh,
this movie.
I thought it was like PG. Okay.
No, it
Well,
wasn't 13.
Rated R.
Well, either
NC-17.
well, what I'm trying to say is like they actually meant it like they use like violence, like
Yeah.
guns,
Oh, yeah,
like
they actually-
alcohol, like I was surprised.
Well, even the first one had some dark tones, was opening on a suicide attempt, basically.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
but
that
just
was
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad they kept that and didn't alter the current climate of politics.
Yeah, just like,
Yeah,
they got
just-
a laser gun.
Imagine they make Incredibles 3, but it's like in the tone of Watchmen.
I love that. Just
That'd be
like,
kind of funny.
Elastigirl. Oh, so, please. What am I watching?
But also,
A
like,
Jack died tonight. Can you just see like the Incredible symbol with the drop of blood falling off the
Violet
building?
suffocate stash.
oh my god, that would be dark.
I could be the only one.
Like, he's like, lifted a bone on his head, just like,
Which,
one thing
Also-
can-
just
Yeah.
before you say that, just want to respond to Dylan. Heck yeah, I'd be down for a Frozone solo movie.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
that would be
Frozen-
cool.
But continue.
Frozen's theme was the best.
Everybody talks about it, but I haven't seen it. So I'm sorry.
Way more
I
smooth.
wish I could talk about it.
It's all good.
Unlike Mr. Incredible.
Incredible punching some pedophiles. Pow, pow, pow.
that was in the song.
What? No. Sorry.
Specifically
I'm sorry.
only
Why do I
ones
keep
for
going to that? I'm
pedophiles.
sorry, actually.
Tell me.
Of all the times to go for that, also.
This is.
Today's a day.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so
Anyways, what I was saying was, I liked the animation. The story was actually really interesting. I thought I'd be kind of bored with it after a while, but I liked it.
Mhm.
I found the third act, though, a bit kind of just...
Wait, they have it in
I get
acts?
that.
Like Act 1, Act 2?
Oh.
No, just like the 3-act structure concept,
Okay.
you know, like...
I thought it was like they were taking from...
Well, this is actually part 1 of Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
There's gonna be
multiple iterations.
There'll be 6 parts of the film. Like, this was just part 2.
but it's still Incredibles
I
2.
hear the
But-
6th one's
Is it
when
gonna be
Jack
like
Hatch starts drinking.
Like,
Lion King 1, 2,
1.5.
4?
yeah, 1.5.
Well,
yeah.
like-
Incredibles 1.5, where it talks about Frozone's perspective. He's just at home, like, doing laundry. And
Where's
just-
my super? Oh, I don't need it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just turn on TV.
He like there's like a straight 35 minutes where he like thinks about the past and just looks at his suit. He's super depressed. Like Samuel Jackson does like a perfect job at it. Just like it makes you feel.
They
for the
motion
character
capture
so
his
much.
face.
Yeah.
But, like...
Goes to dinner with his wife. Honey, where is my suit? Just puts on the suit.
It's
Yeah.
in the closet. Thank you.
But, like, I also think... I'm not gonna, like...
Oh,
I won't spoil who the villain is, because, like, that's, like, will be revealed. But I just thought, in terms of the comparison to something like Syndrome, it was
yeah,
weak.
that's
It was
probably my
weak.
biggest
It was
complaint with the
weird.
film.
It
Is
was...
the villain.
Yeah,
The
like,
villain
Charlie
wasn't
Day
horrible.
Yes.
It just
It was
when
really
you start
Charlie
with
Day.
Syndrome, that's like
He's screaming
starting
about
with the
being
Joker in a
trash
Batman
man.
movie, and then going to like
The Riddler.
Bane.
not even like that like
You said Bane?
Clockmaster or whatever his name is.
Clockmaster.
I don't know,
Like-
like
Calendar Man.
Yeah, like Joker's the new Batman movie.
It's
Then after
Catman.
that, it's Calendar Man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Stiltman.
Kite
Mustard
Man.
Man.
Kite Man.
It doesn't really matter how awesome Calendar Man is.
Condiment Man.
It's just not gonna live up.
That's a real villain.
Yeah, I know. Also,
So is,
Throwy arm boy.
I want to say one thing about this film as well, because since I have to work in a movie theater, we had to put up signs that say, hey, before you buy a ticket for this movie, remember there's some scenes that might be sensitive to epileptic people.
Oh yeah.
Oh
there's
fuck! Right, I forgot
Yeah,
about
there's
that.
like a big flash.
And
thing.
yeah, like because Disney got in a big controversy because no one put up signs beforehand, and everyone's like, I'm epileptic, fuck you guys, like actually. And that's one understandable thing, because, like, yeah, I would, like, there's some films, like, oh, it's only a short flashing light sequence, but, like, there's a couple.
Well,
Like a
and there's a
solid-
whole fight scene.
Oh,
Full
yeah,
fight
a solid
scene.
minute of it.
Yeah, and, yeah, I was just like, yeah, that's kind of indefensible, yeah.
Imagine if the warning flashed.
Warning! You epileptic warning!
No!
No,
Thanks for the heads up!
I'm trying to read. Hold on.
It's
What does it say?
Well, at least if it happened before the movie, they wouldn't have to pause it.
yeah, like,
Describe it!
I like to think like
happening?
before it happens, there's like a title card with like organ music that's like, remember this current scene is epileptic, so if you're epileptic, please leave the theater for about at
Close
least
your
5
eyes.
minutes, and it's just like the title card's playing for another 2 minutes before it actually happens. It's like
Imagine the whole
it's
movie
like
being
Monty
like
Python's
that.
the Holy Grail.
Like it's happening.
We're the chosen.
No, it's like the beginning of Into the Void.
No! Oh my god, that'd be the worst.
I love that.
That film needs its own like epileptic warning.
All right. Let's.
What's next?
It's not in my head.
Luke,
What?
you know what's next?
Despacito 2. It
Let's-
came out
yes.
yesterday.
Let's
Came out yesterday.
Yeah. Something just as good. Let's talk about motherfucking Gotti. So, a film distributed by MoviePass. First off, starring John Travolta,
Ooh.
and directed by one of the actors of Entourage.
Oh boy! Wait, was this like the mobster movie?
The mobster film.
Oh.
And if it wasn't for like ironic, like guilty pleasure factor, would genuinely be like easily the worst film of the entire year.
Oh my!
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh my goodness!
It's just like it's like the most stereotypical mobster movie. Like it, like I would not be surprised if there was a point where like a character just says, "Hey, I'm walking here," at a point. Or just says pasta for Julie. It's so fucking stereotypical.
This movie sounds too spooktacular.
Does he say spaghetti?
No, but he,
What that's my spaghetti?
the first scene is John Travolta looking over at a bridge, turning to the camera, is like, "Let me tell you something. New York is the best fucking city in the world."
That sounds cringy.
The music. Do you want to know who composes the music?
Who did it? Who did it?
Mr. America himself, Pitbull.
No.
Yes.
What?
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
You're lying to me.
No. I'm fucking swearing on my mother.
Why would you do
Pitbull is the composer of the show.
Jesus Christ.
Pitbull, no. Pitbull, I like you better. It's just like
That guy.
Mr. America.
You know something I actually do from time to time?
What?
If we're listening to a song and it's like really good and my friends are just kind of vibing with it, I'll say, Mr. 305! 305! And remix! Bam, bam!
But like the music sounds like MIDI like remixes.
Oh no.
One of them sounds like just Pulp Fiction was just like, hey, how do we make Pitbull music?
It's the camera.
Oh, okay.
That legit sounds
Security
like
camera.
I thought my ears were
one
ringing.
of the
bum
like music I
activation.
listen to.
Yeah, it's just the camera.
I hate it
I'm gonna
so
go to the
much.
restroom
Yeah.
though.
Like, Luke, do you
We'll be right
understand
back.
how much remix music, like pop culture hipster
No.
music, I have to listen to?
No, like I mean like it's. Do you know what MIDI is?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's essentially like it's the sound like font that they would have for N64 games.
Yeah, think of like if Microsoft Paint did a piano.
Yeah, like exactly.
That's the best analogy I've ever heard.
But like that's
That's one all day.
that's the music. There's like the entire movie is just like a flashback from Gotti, like when he's in prison about to die essentially, and it's like repeated flashbacks, and there's flashbacks within the flashback.
I don't know if I did either.
When it goes back to like essentially like the current day of his character, like when he's about to die, he looks like a ball sack. His head is just like wrinkly and fucking weird.
I don't know why, but I just imagine like the prosthetics team not knowing ever how to do an old person beforehand. So they literally just like like a bald cap, but they do it around here. This is like young, but everything else is like a wrinkly, like actually like a ball sack. Like it's just
Actually, they kind of did
wants
that. Yes.
They have a ball sack.
But okay, so like, all right, so
They
like.
do.
It's like him talking with his son, and his son's like, "I'm gonna work with the police, so like you and I won't have to deal with as many charges." And he's like, "The police screwed you over, you bullshit." Ugh. And
The police took your mother.
something like that.
Georgie.
And it'll just
Don't do it.
and it'll just cut back to him like when he
Let's
was
say
like.
Papa.
They do say Papa sometimes.
Papa.
There's
Papa
production.
Mickey.
There's
what are you
production
doing?
design in this film where it's literally just like a regular restaurant, and they put an Italian flag in the background. That's the
God damn it.
It's like McDonald's.
Yeah.
And you can see like behind the flag is just the outline of an M.
yeah. But like the structure of
guy.
this film is so awful. Okay, so it's like it cuts back to him like in modern day and talking to his son, like, stop doing that. You don't trust those pigs or whatever. And then like it'll just cut back to like a flashback of him when he started in the mob originally. But like nothing about it like correlates with what's going on. It's just, hey, look at me rising up in the mob.
Hey, look
Yeah.
at me fall.
And
Hey, look at me. Look
That's
at
the
me.
movie's version of a humble brag.
Hey, look
Yeah.
at me taking
It's
a
like the
piss.
story's not really about that. He just wanted to put
Yeah.
that in there.
yeah, and yeah, like, and there's scenes that are so poorly filmed. There's a scene where like he's in a hospital and he goes to the back to talk to like a doctor because like a character he knows died, and like you can hear like the background of like the hospital, but you can't hear them. So you're like, oh, it's one of those things like you don't hear what it is because you know what they're basically saying, except like the doctor like pats him on the back. You can hear the pat. They just forgot to put the dialogue for what they're supposed to say.
Weird.
And it's really funny. One of my favorite scenes though is he's talking to a character who is trying to explain to him like how the mob works, And there's a scene where like
You gotta know something.
he's like, listen to me. There's 5 different sections of the mob: the Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island. Says like all 5 of them. Makes a fist. It smash cuts to this character being dead.
Wow.
Sure, that's great.
Nothing like set up about it.
It's the fist of death. Too many fists in one day and you
Pow!
go boom.
Yeah,
Pow.
and the
Hey,
end.
come on. It's the 5th one today.
Also, and I might. Okay, you know I'm gonna spoil this film. So if you
Go
don't,
ahead.
No.
I don't care about it.
do you not want it to be
I'm
spoiled?
just kidding.
Okay,
Go
so
for it.
like.
I feel like what he's talking about.
So-
It's-
Okay, so you know how that opening scene was him looking over a bridge?
Yeah.
It was like him when he was like young. In the ending, he dies of like I think it was like cancer essentially,
Oh.
like in
You
prison.
have to say it in the
Wow.
voice. He dies of cancer.
Nick, your reaction to that.
But yes.
But like
Oh,
yeah, like
this
he,
reaction like, oh,
but
you haven't seen the movie.
also
It's
got
like so like, ah.
Wait,
I'm
actually,
cancer.
okay. Let me actually before I talk about the ending, there's one other scene from an execution standpoint that's really funny. It's like a 4th of July celebration.
Down on the bridge.
No, just a second. So there's a 4th of July celebration that's going on, and it's like the police are like, oh, you can't fire fireworks in this area, it's too crowded. And it's like, fuck you, police, I love America. And he fires fireworks. We never see a shot of a firework being shot, but we just get stock footage. Like, you can see, like, digitized stock footage
No.
of, like, fireworks going off.
That someone was lazy
Weird.
enough to do that.
Yeah.
It would be fantastic if when it explodes, you see someone try to edit out like a watermark, and over the sound you hear audio jungle.
What if they couldn't afford sound effects and they're like,
Yeah. But, like, okay, so...
oh my god,
And-
it's fireworks.
And the ending of this film is okay. So like it's the scene where like he dies of cancer. Essentially, his son is going to prison. By the way, they make it out like this horrible, like treacherous mob family is like, oh, they're just misunderstood. His son was a great person. He didn't deserve what he got, even though he's in part of the fucking mob who killed people like point blank. But like the ending scene is his dad dies of cancer like in prison. And then it cuts to, like, the bridge scene where he was, like, normal age, like, not, like, old guy.
Yeah.
And he just turns to the camera and is like, man, I love this city. I love myself and fuck you otherwise. And then the film ends.
Wow,
That's
Huh.
like that's some sign off.
that's
But-
a literal fuck you to the audience.
And speaking of that, there's one last thing about this film that's notable, and
What
it's
is it?
advertising.
Mm.
Okay, so
Interesting.
when it came out,
Yes.
it got a Rotten Tomatoes score of 0%.
Wow.
Yes.
And,
That's about right.
but the
Audience
audience
score?
score was 75. And,
They wanted to like it.
but, like, the thing was, like,
It's gonna bring him
Sure,
to
nobody
Wow.
watched it. Like the audience score came up before the film was even released. And
Yes. Very
and-
good. Very nice.
and there was an advertisement on Twitter. They probably deleted it, but I think you can find it on YouTube now, which is a commercial that says, "Gotti is being slammed by the critics, but audiences love it. Who do you trust, the people or some troll behind a keyboard?"
Wow.
And everyone memed it up.
How much money does
That's
that show
so
make?
good.
It's
I
great.
gotta know.
It made like $3 million on a budget of $10 million.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, and they spent so much money getting those fake reviews, so it's like,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah, like and also.
darn, we're out of luck.
Also, people are like claiming that MoviePass like bought actual fake reviews for the audience score, and like it's not just one of those things where it's like people thinking Disney is buying out critics. Like there's actual possible evidence towards this, and it's the funniest thing.
You have the
We didn't
receipts.
do it.
Wow.
Here's your $5.
And what-
Receipts.
One robot human being. Oh, well.
And
I enjoyed film.
yeah, and when the
Very
actual
good.
film.
Just hire Christian.
And when the film finally came out, like to actual theaters, like a week after it came out, it went to 40%.
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, that's the story of Gotti, a masterpiece.
So,
and of
you ready?
Evan Gotti.
What's next on the agenda?
Do you remember, like, months ago, when, I don't remember if it was you or Dylan, we were talking about MoviePass, like, oh, that's really cool. And now, look at us.
They made Gotti, and they're fucking making you pay for tickets that you thought were getting for free.
Like, what is the point of the app now?
Memes.
Just kind of to have.
It's kind of like
It's like, I don't need it, but, it looks nice, though.
Very nice.
It's like Fandango, but you're
Yes.
paying a subscription and the ticket.
Yeah.
yeah, and also hoping to watch a movie.
And before we move on to the next movie,
Mr. Stark, I
got
don't
it.
feel so good.
Yep.
There we go.
alrighty. So the next movie I know I've seen, Tag.
Tag.
I want to see that.
I haven't seen it.
I want to like rent that.
My friend his dad was watching a bootleg version on the TV in the other room yesterday. I was like, oh goodness, he's like laughing so hard. I'm like, oh goodness, it's funny.
So, Luke, you've seen it, right?
I have not.
Now I know where Hawkeye is.
Okay.
I heard.
So I guess that was
I only want to watch it
So-
because of Hannibal Buress, honestly.
yeah. So Tag is a new comedy movie which has a fantastic premise. It's about
My butt hurts.
well, it's about when all these characters were kids. They had a game of tag like you would back in elementary school, but as they grew older, they just kept that same game going, and that's now how, as adults, they stay connected to one another.
Yeah.
They have the month of May reserved to basically play tag. Then the rest of the 11 months out of the year, they're normal adults. But it's that month is their one time where they basically get to reconnect. So it's actually, there are some kind of deep moments in there, because there are moments like through the game of tag, they find out things about the other people. Like, did you know that blank had an alcohol problem? Like, legitimate, like, kind of some deeper stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, like
For a comedy movie, at least.
more dramatic aspects.
I'll say, and there's some awesome cinematography with it because of the slow-mo bits. My favorite part of the whole movie is, so kind of also another part of the premise of the movie is there's like, it's a group of kids, and then there's one, or a group of adults now, but there's one of them who has never been it.
Oh yeah.
And that's Jeremy Renner's character. So in the film, they're all basically teaming up on him to try and get him tagged. But he's so good that that's the whole conflict of the movie. But it's also his wedding.
Oh.
So it's that balancing act of, we need to tag him, but we don't want to ruin the guy's wedding.
Yeah.
Sort of like, we'll
Which-
get him, but just like surprise.
I think they handle that well, but my favorite part of the movie is when they go and tag him, or try and tag him, there are these slow-mo narration bits where every time stops and freezes, and you hear Jeremy Renner narration of, I see Ted, he's running at me, he thinks he has to jump on me. And then it's Ted, he's like, I still got the jump on him. And then it comes back to Jeremy Renner, it's like, little does he know, I have a plan. And he just
It's
sidesteps,
like
and the guy just falls out a window or
I
something.
saw that.
It's like
Like,
the Sherlock Holmes.
I
it's
saw
moments.
that part for like
amazing.
the trailer.
That part of the film. Like, I'd watch 2 hours of just that slow-mo narration stuff.
How was Hannibal's like acting? in
Hannibal
that film?
Buress.
Good overall. Like, the acting was, I wouldn't say phoning it in, but it's that stuff of, sure they could do better, but it's not really needed for the story.
Okay.
It's the
But I'd say
Exactly.
the movie overall it's one of those movies that I'd say it's fun. It's kind of that Solo thing of, is it amazing? Definitely not. There are some issues with the movie. Is it awful? No. It's one of those good time movies. You go in, you laugh, you have fun, and then you leave and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
now to continue through my day. You're not going to be like, oh my god, that was amazing. I need to do a Reddit post about this ASAP. It's not one of those movies.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a fun time. Which I will say, one of my biggest critiques about the movie is, as much as I'm saying like there was some deeper stuff, a lot of that deeper stuff came in the last 10 minutes.
Oh.
So it's very much so comedy, drama, comedy. So the pacing there and tone is a little
Oh my god.
janky, because I really did like the kind of more dramatic aspects of them learning about each other's lives. And it's like, crap. Maybe if we weren't playing tag and we're actually better friends, I would have found out about that sooner. Or it's the fact that, like, or maybe tag's a good thing because otherwise we would have stopped talking after high school. It's kind of that thing, which is, I think, a really cool message. They just didn't get to it till the end of the film.
Yeah. That's
So, yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's a decent movie. I liked it.
fun time.
Yeah, it's a fun time movie.
Fun time for all.
Okay, another, I think, primarily Marco one, but we can probably all chime in on. Jurassic World, Fallen
Oh
Kingdom.
boy.
I feel like I'm going to be the outlier here. Anyways, everyone talk about it.
That's another thing about Tag. It's one of those based on a true story movies.
Yeah, because they're
Kind of in the same way as
Me.
Blank and Dave's. What was that one movie? The comedy was Zac Efron and guy from.
Oh, Guy and Fury needed wedding dates or something like that.
guy
I
guy-
got the two names. but
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
something need wedding
I
dates.
didn't see that movie.
It's
Some people
based on a
Mark
true
and Dave.
story in the same kind of way as that was.
Zach and Dave or something like that?
It's something
Zach
like
and
that.
Zach and Cody.
Zach and Cody.
Zach and Cody need
Zach
wedding
and
dates.
Gotti.
Yeah.
Man, he's too old, and London's just fucking autistic, so I can't do much.
Is it? Oh god. Wait, is it Maddie like their sister? Or something?
No.
Maddie's like the
love interest for Zach and like.
But sister.
Well,
No.
just because they're all blondes.
It
doesn't mean
doesn't take place in
Please,
Boston. It takes place in Alabama.
Esteban just works here. Mr. Mosby's just an asshole. God.
Arwen, I'm thinking about it.
He just wants my mom's ass.
The sweaty laugh of Zach and Cody.
No. I'll
Kitchen-
take Mr. Mosby. Sorry. I'll take it.
Anyway, yeah, it's kind of one of those based off a true story movies, which is just something to bring up. But anyway, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Marco, where
Alright.
do you start?
Personally, I love the movie. Alright, to me it was worth the wait. Though I'm not blind to a lot of the problems it did have. Like there were some pacing issues. Some characters I don't really feel were needed, but you know they were there. They offered a few laughs. I will say that the CGI and some of the effects in the movie have gotten better since the first one. For instance, they actually use more than one animatronic in the movie.
Wait, really? When?
Yeah. What do you mean one?
There's
There
a
were a
raptor.
lot
And
of
the yeah.
There's
the
Raptor, there's T-Rex, there's Stegosaurus.
In this film or the other films?
This movie,
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they were there.
Yeah, like it's noticeable, which is like
Even the
good.
Indominus.
Yeah.
Now, in this movie, I thought what they really did well was presenting a new sort of idea for Jurassic World. Like, so the island is gone. I mean, there's another island, but we don't give a shit about that.
You could easily
That
just
was
move
one
them.
of the. Wait a second.
That's what I thought. They
You
were
could
like,
easily just move them there, but
like,
you know, whatever.
okay, so the island's fucked. There's no way of saving that. We have another island full of dinosaurs, right?
We're not going to use it though. Of course not.
Fuck no.
Like, they're running around free. We got a possible hybrid running around there, too, but whatever.
Also, for the people who don't know, what is, without spoilers, the movie about?
So the movie's about, the island is coming apart. The Dinosaur Protection Group want to save the dinosaurs, but, they do get some help by the Lockwood Foundation. The supposed, partner with John Hammond from the first movie. And this isn't really a spoiler. They already spoiled that in the trailer. Apparently, these people that are main characters from the first one teamed up with Claire and Owen, Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt.
Yep.
They get fucked over, basically, and
Literally.
By
the
dinosaurs.
rest of the movie takes place in I don't know, is it London or the U.S.?
U.S.
Yeah,
Pretty
the
sure.
U.S.
It's in the U.S.
The London in not the London.
It's the U.S. America.
Imagine in the U.S.
The American way.
where they have to save the dinosaurs, and they've made yet another genetic hybrid. Since that worked out the first time.
Congratulations.
I know, Grant in the first one, they were like, okay, so these dinosaurs are supposed to be militarized. Okay. Same argument could be made that they could have started off with two herbivores. You know?
Yeah.
Triceratops and a Ankylosaur, that could make a fucking awesome looking tank.
Oh man.
Nah, but we need teeth. We need teeth.
I got an idea.
Teeth
You
is-
get Stegosaurus. Is that
Right?
one with
Yeah.
the long head?
But no, that's
No.
a Petasaurus or Brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaurus. They get a Brachiosaurus, and they just strap a bunch of guns to the neck. in all directions.
I just imagine there's also a ladder on the back, and there's some person going, bang! Climbs 3 steps down the ladder, bang! Climbs 3 steps down the ladder, bang!
Akashi!
That's actually
Bang,
really
bang, bang!
creative.
Thank you, Brendan. We try.
Now, in the previous movies, except the third one, we don't talk about that one.
We don't.
You know, the main dinosaurs.
Let's
sort
talk
of been,
about it.
It's
I'm
been like
tired, I'm
the
so
T-Rex. You know, he's been like the main sort of dinosaur. This one, T-Rex is there, but we're focusing on Blue the Raptor, which, you know, I personally didn't have a problem with, because, you know,
Yep.
it's the only dinosaur with a name.
Hey, look, it's a T-Rex.
Wait,
Yeah, get Rex.
did the good dinosaur have a name? I never saw that
The
movie.
Fuck, I don't know. I don't
The film The
remember.
Good Dinosaur? Yeah, but I don't remember it because that film was dumb shit.
That movie was
I don't know.
sucky.
It was sucky.
It
It
was
was stinky.
It was bad?
It was
Maybe-
probably the worst. Maybe the worst film Pixar's made. If Cars
Yeah.
2. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
maybe Cars 2.
Cars 2.
It's hard to beat Cars 2.
Guys,
You know what we should do? Let's all.
Cars
Everyone can
2
do
out of
better.
10.
Like, Planes 2 is bad.
I can
That's
imagine.
not Pixar though. That's like a
That's
separate studio.
Was it really?
It was-
Planes. That was Disney.
Yeah, it's Disney, but not Pixar.
Oh,
It's
Interesting.
called. It was Disney Toons. It's like a. Do you know like?
What?
You know how like
no.
in the '90s when they made like sequels for like The Hunchback of Notre Dame and it was like a
No,
shitty.
no, that was in theaters.
Yeah,
Well,
but
still,
they released
that
it.
doesn't mean it was.
It wasn't Pixar.
It wasn't Pixar.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
No, I'm lost
This is
too.
the first time I hear this shit.
Shame.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Jurassic World.
Thank you.
No problem.
Wow.
Things I did think they do. Again, the CG is way better. Some shots look freaking fantastic. I actually felt like I could touch the dinosaurs this time around.
Looks like I took the penis.
Not that I want to, fondle a dinosaur, but yeah, that's
wasn't
a discussion for
I
another
want
day.
to.
We weren't assuming you would.
Good.
Margo, you
Yeah,
okay?
Until now.
Indoraptor. Don't spoil it. Spoil it.
Into my raptor.
Spoil it. Spite them.
Spoil it.
Okay,
Spoil
Just
it.
kidding. Just kidding.
Now,
Just kidding. Don't.
I feel like a lot of people who weren't a fan of the first one won't like this one because they do know the hybrid, and admittedly, it does look a bit like the Indoraptor. Even I thought at the Indominus.
Yeah.
Even I thought, oh, this is just a smaller one.
Never mind.
Small
It's
boy.
really different, actually. It's like way more rabid and has all these little movements. It's just
I like
it's
it.
unnerving.
I have a lot of thoughts, but Luke, let's jump to you next, and then I'll go.
I'll let you
Go.
guys go because
Okay.
I have
So-
like the
Just one more
least
thing.
popular
Okay.
opinion.
There was one scene that really fucking smashed my childhood.
Ooh.
Just hurt me here. I said,
I have
this
a feeling
isn't
I might
fair.
know which one.
This isn't fair.
So-
Stop it.
I thought he was
Okay.
crying. I
So-
legit thought he was
I
crying.
was close to tears.
This movie had me with kind of mixed emotions. There's some things I thought they did well. Like, I liked the direction they took. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard's character was good. Also liked the little girl they introduced.
Eh.
Macy. Yeah.
Yes.
Macy's Day
As if
Parade.
so, I had no clue.
But they're doing this on purpose. It's not a Jurassic Park film, which I think is a lot of people's problems with it.
Right.
Because if you skipped all the middle stuff and you watched Jurassic Park and then this movie, and you didn't disclose a name, they could be two totally different franchises.
Yeah.
Because that's basically what they are. But there were also, I felt like, a lot of inconsistencies with the plot and story. Like, one thing that I noticed is it felt like they couldn't decide if the Indoraptor was smart or dumb. There were some moments where you were like, that's scary intelligent.
It's actually
And other
fun.
moments where you're like, it fell for that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, keep in mind, it's smart, but it was made for a specific purpose. So, when that one scene happened, I think you know what I'm talking about, where it sort of divert its, usually scary intelligence. And to me, that's just it following its genetic instincts, That's
Yes,
just
but
what-
I'd even argue if it was following genetic instincts, it could account for some of its intelligence.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
Like, and be like, oh, I need to do that. I can go about it this way, as opposed to just that way, without going into specifics. And then the pacing, it felt like they combined 3 scripts for Jurassic Park into one movie. Like, we got these 3 scripts and we can't decide which one to go with.
All the above.
Screw it! Combine them into one. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. There we
Act
go.
7. Just out of 7.
So it's like,
That is 7. So Luke.
Wait, you have positive opinions,
did
right? You want to say something?
Yeah. Well, my first thought of it is just like, it was good. I liked it. But there were just a few things that I did notice that I think weren't exactly necessary. Like, character-wise. Like, when it came to the old man and just like the little girl's connection, I had no idea, like, wait, so you're telling me the guy who made Jurassic Park had a partner? And that was really kind of confusing. Like, so we never heard of him up until now. So,
and I'd also argue 2 of the supporting characters totally not needed at all.
That's what I said.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
Me
still agree
too.
on that.
Me too.
Like-
I saw like no point of them.
Yeah,
just
but-
like,
It's sort of a Finn and Rose type of deal.
Yeah.
yeah, like I didn't really like get the idea of just like the guy, like the old man who picked like that big C, like that man. I
The
forgot
other man.
the other man, the businessman who wanted to like sell the dinosaurs off the for like a shitload of money and all that.
Yeah.
I didn't really see like I don't know, like, when I first saw him, like, yep, he's the bad guy. Like, I saw it from, like, a distance, like, you're gonna do something bad. I can tell it. You're in a suit.
That's what I thought, too.
You're in a suit. I can tell. I can smell it.
You're a prick. I can tell it.
Because, like, I sensed it. Like, and I was right, like, oh, okay, so they're going with that route. And what I found very interesting of bringing back, oh man, I feel bad, like, what's the scientist's name?
Dr. Wu.
Dr. Wu. I was really surprised.
He's in all of them.
I was just really... I was really just surprised, like, he was in the film, too. I
actually liked his part in it. I liked him. I
Yeah.
wanted to hear him explain
He
more
was
about the
better
intro.
in this movie than I'd say the last Jurassic World.
Yeah.
He was in it less, but I think that was to
Yeah.
his benefit.
That's, like, my only few problems. And, of course, there were, like...
I liked him explaining the Indoraptor to me.
And, of course...
When it
there were-
also explained, it also, I guess, showed he wasn't just mwahaha evil villain. There's like, oh, he has some motivation.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give
I'm
him
a
that.
scientist. What the fuck do you
Yeah.
expect?
Anyway,
That was, like, the few parts I liked. But just, like, there's some scenes that I didn't think that were really necessary. Like... Again, like, I didn't need to, like, again, like, knowing more about this character we never heard of. Like, he was never mentioned in the original film. He just, like, appeared, in my opinion. Just like, oh, so you're, like, his best friend /, you know, good buddy that
His
we never
frenemy.
heard of before. That's great. I'm totally interested in you. Oh, what's that? This happened to you? Oh, I had no connection to you whatsoever. Okay, great. Yeah. Yay.
yeah.
That's
And,
just my feeling towards it.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Basically that.
What do the buttons
what
do?
happened to
They
him
make
was just
sounds.
like, oops. Yeah. Alright. That was
That
my
was
thoughts.
easy.
Yeah,
That was my thoughts on the movie.
Also, the ending. There are two kind of parts of the ending that come to my brain.
Apocalypse?
A little on the nose, and B, there's one thing that just logically hit me hard when I was watching the movie, but at the same time it's kind of like, there's consequences to that I don't think you're thinking of.
Yeah, like...
I'll be the one to admit,
Yeah.
the after credit scene was not worth it.
I
Oh,
laughed. I laughed at that. That was really funny to me.
And Master Chief's in it. And Obama's in it.
And then Trump said, damn, I gotta get a ride.
And then this dinosaur will return in Avengers, the backing downing.
Lou will return in Jurassic World 3.
That end credit scene. I want to say what the end credit scene is, but like it made me
It's in
no.
France.
I don't know
Okay.
French. Anyways, it makes me think of this film called We're Back, a Dinosaur Story, where John
Are you
Goodman plays a
kidding me?
dinosaur
Oh
that goes
my
to New York.
God.
I like that movie.
Yes! Yes, I love that movie so
It's
much.
Xavier, man.
Yeah.
The end credit scene was just
Yeah, okay,
just that.
Come on.
Put that down.
You just
Yeah.
A
Bleeding profusely.
Another
Sorry,
thing
continue.
Another thing I will, point out that wasn't the best about the movie. Personally, I really love the first Jurassic World soundtrack. I thought it was really reminiscent of the first one. This one was a bit showboaty. I'm not gonna lie, it messed around with the original theme that I thought, oh, I got that, and in the theater, but when we actually listened to the song itself, it's like, why was that there?
Like, was it even used, so to speak?
Yeah, it's like, most of it's just like, it's really over the top. I'll admit there are a few good songs in there, but the rest you can live without. But
You're done.
despite all its obvious problems, I really do enjoy it, and I am excited what's gonna happen next.
Luke,
Alright,
So-
so
I see you biting your lip.
alright, so
Whatever, Luke.
okay, so
Whatever.
let me explain my history
Wait,
with the
Luke.
what?
Just be aware that if you say anything really, really bad, Marco will throw you across this room.
How about you throw me instead? I'm very
He
likable.
is giant. He
I
can
am-
destroy all of us.
I enjoy pain in both the mental and physical sense. Anyways,
What the hell?
my experience with the Jurassic Park franchise is I watched the first film and really love it. I absolutely love it. I never grew up with it though. I only watched it like about
I
2
grew
years
up with
ago.
He did.
Wait, you only watched it 2 years ago?
Yeah. Actually, no. Wait. When the first one was coming out, The Loft was showing it, and that's when I watched it. Guess what? People have different childhoods.
I grew up with it.
Yeah, when
I
did you see
first-
Karate Kid?
I grew up with the
You didn't see
Taurus.
Karate Kid, Marco.
I've seen Jurassic Park and Indiana Jones. I think
I
we
watched Arthur.
I watched the
Yeah, I did too. Hey, DW's an asshole.
DW dies.
I watched the Iron Giant and became impressive.
And then she dies.
Okay, back on track, Luke.
Anyways, love the first film. Absolutely love it. Second film is I enjoy it in kind of a guilty pleasure sense. It's fun. I like it, but it's
Actually insulted.
it's good. It's fine. Second one, fucking garbage, dog shit, and the first Jurassic World is fun. I really enjoy it, but I wouldn't consider it good in a way. Like, I really have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. So it's not a blockbuster.
This, I fucking hated it. I won't be around the bush, I guess. Alright, so...
How could you hate it?
Let me explain. Let me tell you a tale.
I'm confused if this comment right now. Or just
we are watching chat, by the way. We're just trying to get our thoughts out about this. So also, how about for this? Luke, you have the floor,
I will...
and then when you're done talking, tap the buzzer, and then someone else will buzz in to talk.
I will, I will say so in a very respectable manner way.
Movies suck. Movies suck.
Dog shit.
Dog shit.
Really
Don't even
what's
do
going
that.
on with the comments right now.
Cute.
Okay,
chefs.
floor is Luke's.
All right. Okay. So
Okay.
here's just, and I'm not gonna be like one of those guys like, this movie sucks. It's gonna be, I'll give some real evidence as to why. Okay, so, like, for one thing, I wasn't necessarily big on, like, the characters from the original. Like, they're fine or whatnot, but I didn't engage with them like Sam Neill or Laura Dern or, like, Jeff Goldblum. They're cool characters. But nothing about their development in this film felt all that interesting. And I was just really, like, confused as to why they're basically making, like, a let's save the dinosaurs, even though multiple times throughout this franchise, they're like, no, don't do that, and they're like optly like, yes, let's save the dinosaurs. That's a great idea, even though like, and again, this volcano is like destroying the whole island, and they're like, yeah, let's go save dinosaurs. It's like, do you have the funding? Do you really? Why do you care? You saw what happened. Why do you want to bring them back?
No,
If
not yet.
I'll okay. So, do you want me to do it like every time I make a statement?
No,
or just
get through all of your thoughts.
okay? So. There's that, from a visual sense, it was good, actually. I liked how it looked visually. Like, effects were good. Yeah, like, for the most part. And cinematography was pretty good. Most of the directing was good. Some of the acting was kind of cheesy, but it was good. It's more the script. Like, the script. And I was very unsurprised to see the same guy who wrote Jurassic World did this, because there were just some moments where I'm just like, what? Okay. Like, one moment that made me almost laugh in the theater was the fact that, and I mean, I guess it's a film with like dinosaurs being brought back through genetics, so it's not like the most logical thing, but Chris Pratt being tranquilized and forcing himself to like come back and basically just deny the tranquilization to save the dinosaur was the funniest thing. And I'm just like, what?
It was funny.
Chris, like, okay, so like, you know how the concept of like a Mary Sue character, I know like a lot of people say that for like, oh, like Ray or something like that. This character kind of felt like that. Like, he has dinosaur controlling powers. He's just like, I can like talk to raptors, like, and like the original the Jurassic World film, it was like, okay, it's like a trainer, you know, whatnot. In this one, it's just like, I have a personal like mental connection with dinosaurs in a way.
You okay, Marco?
I wanted to defend it,
But I agree with that.
You have the button, dude.
I've not seen
But not
anything
wait.
of
You have to
this.
wait. All right, I'll try to finish out. It like, and side characters were like super unnecessary. Let me think. Oh God, what else was there?
Mr. Brain.
It kind of feels like the first half is okay for the most part, but like the second half is when I got like, really? Okay. Because essentially, like, the same thing from like what Jurassic World happened was like, oh, let's militarize the dinosaurs, which I know it's like a thing, but like, this is okay. So like, what's John Hammond's company called again? I keep forgetting. Engine is the Weyland Yutani of dinosaurs.
Oh my God.
We already talked about this.
Yeah, but he hasn't heard it though, and yeah, but like, it's just really funny to me. It's just like, I don't like. It's more just I don't know why people are not in the characters. Like, a single character isn't just like, maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe we should like reconsider militarizing motherfucking dinosaurs, and you know, like, you need a conflict in a story to get things going. That's understandable. Have a bit more logic to it in that sense, I say it. But the last couple of minutes are really funny to me. I probably shouldn't actually spoil it. So
So
I'll just say it just feels like it kind of turned into an Alien film. Like even just for the Whale and Yutani comparisons, like that last half, like from the pacing and tone is just like, is this like an Alien film with the Indoraptor? And there's a twist with the little girl character that made me just like.
She's actually a man.
No, she's not a trap. But like I kind of rolled up into a ball. Like, are you fucking real, my dude?
I didn't like that part. I thought it was just
that was the thing.
Weird.
Yeah, and just like, and the funniest thing to me was like how like some of the implications of what happens in the ending that is shown kind of the post credit scene are just like, these are the most irresponsible people. Did they really just do that?
Yes.
What the
I'm
fuck?
curious. I know we're not allowed to spoil, but I'm so curious. I'm not gonna watch the
I
movie.
can whisper.
I can tell it to you.
Yeah, you whisper, Luke. You keep talking. So
All right,
Mike
but
can
yeah,
pick it
like
up.
the ending that happened is just like super weird in my opinion, and just both what the characters do and like what's revealed about the characters. That last half just drags. It drags so much. But honestly, I'd say that's like all I can think of that I wanted to say, so I can't really think of anything else at the moment. So yeah. I guess
that's it. It's
on
Purge,
you.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
Luke, you have to buzz yours first.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm next.
All right.
So what I want to say, kind of on top of that, before we let Marco go, is in terms of Chris Pratt's character, I felt he was more so acting for an audition reel for the next Indiana Jones movie, because that's what his character felt more like.
Really good.
Like, there's a scene where it was just Chris Pratt basically punching people, and in my head I went dun 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 dun. Dun.
Also, he's just like cocky and
then
makes silly jokes.
Yeah, it felt like he was Indiana Jones. And then there's that scene with the lava that you're talking about. That's not how lava works.
No, that too.
I totally forgot about it until you said it. Yeah, it was like, yeah, that was great.
Okay.
Anyway,
It's like paralyzed.
all right, I'm done.
Like half the time, like his wife.
Okay, Christian.
I believe that movie was amazing, especially the scene with the Rocket Raccoon showing up, and I thought it was great, especially when what do you call it? Morgan Freeman showed up, and he's like, "I'm Gordon Freeman," and took out a crowbar,
Half-Life
and I
3.
was so happy. And then Gabe Newell came out and personally apologized because he was only promoting a Half-Life 3 card game, but not the actual game. And I think the best part of it was knowing that Despacito 3, featuring Dame Tu Cosita and Howard the Alien, was actually not confirmed. It was just a fan
tease, just a
theory.
joke.
It was a
It's
tease.
just a little tease.
But Minecraft 2, that's coming out, and
Minecraft
I'm so
4,
excited
Jurassic
for that.
Jurassic Craft.
Jurassic Craft, which is
Jurassic
New
Craft.
series that's coming out.
No, the thing is, that was only revealed not after the end credits, but the people that work at the movie theaters, they literally tell you to go away so you don't see it, and you have to physically
I wish I was
fight
me.
them. You have to physically fight them just to see it. So no matter what, they get their brooms and stuff. They're ready to fight. You gotta get ready. You gotta get ready to punch these people.
I will clear this theater,
See, this is
motherfucker.
why I want you, man.
This is why you
I
gotta
want you for a project I'm working on.
So
That's
you
why.
just leave it at I want you.
So the
This
thing
is
is,
why
I want you.
upon seeing
That's why I need
Minecraft,
you.
Upon seeing that, you go home and you die. You literally just die because you're not supposed to see it. The government tranquilizes you. Luckily, someone leaked it online, so it's true. I heard it.
It's on
Cam
Porn. It's on Pornhub right now.
I
Look it
didn't-
up.
Cam version with North Korean text at the bottom.
Yes.
You know-
No, I wasn't supposed to see it.
Also, like Siri,
You're done?
like
Oh yeah.
So anyway, are we ready to move on to the next topic?
Oh wait,
Yes.
didn't Marco want to say something?
All right, Marco, you're good.
Move on.
We've been
No,
on
you're-
Jurassic Park.
you're
for
good.
the whole Jurassic World. So.
I'm going to get torn a new asshole.
Okay.
like who?
Marco.
Like-
Marco's a, quiet. Marco's 4.
All right.
I
Listen.
want to hear.
I respect your guys' opinion on the movie. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's a perfect film. How dare you do this? How dare you question my God? I'd rather sacrifice you and listen to this. But
Jeff Goldblum is my god.
he is. Anyways,
He actually is.
listen, it's to me a lot of the things that you complain about were explained quite well in the movie. But you know, if you guys have a problem with it, that's fine. As long as you just don't come at me.
No, like,
As long as you tell me you're fucking retarded for liking this movie, we won't have any problems.
dude, like saying that just in general is just being an asshole.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. You like a movie and enjoy it?
Also,
Screech at him.
I tried fighting the custodians. They put up a good. They have some sturdy brooms.
Yeah, they
I
took
was one of them.
steroids or something, man.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
small joke.
I said, "Oh
Yeah.
hey, Luke, you used that against me."
I saw
You're
you.
right.
Oh wait, no, I didn't see you, did I?
Wow.
I was saying if I did see you, I'd smack you. Not
Anyway.
really though.
Alright.
You have
Okay.
to exit now. This is
Now can
confidential.
we move
Well,
on?
If you're a
Yes.
Jurassic Park fan, I suggested
Yeah.
just you have to be willing to look over a few admittedly dumb stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like it. I recommend it. There you go.
Let's move on.
Thank you. You didn't need a buzz for that. I was doing it anyway. Anyway.
That was a good civil conversation. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I think the buzzers helped.
Yeah, it did.
No doubt.
Sorry about the
Chris
trolling
is
though with it.
I like Chris' explanation towards this whole thing.
Oh,
Okay.
Jurassic
So
Park.
next, I have a feeling Luke will be the main one talking about it. Sicario, the new Sicario. So first, what were your thoughts about the original Sicario?
Sicario 1, directed by my favorite director at the moment, who did Blade Runner 2049. Love it, absolutely love it. It's like one of those actually like really genuinely intense thrillers, and like one I haven't seen happen in quite a while. Are you shaking, my boy?
Yeah, I'm shaking. I'm
Are you
scared.
shook?
Oh my God.
But like, it's great. I love the pacing, and it's got some beautiful cinematography in there by my favorite cinematographer. But like, it's so like just everything about it. Like, it's tense not just from like knowing what the situation is from like a story standpoint, but like how it's presented to you, and I love that, and it's just perfect in that sense. This film, it's basically like, it's kind of just. What's the fucking
That noise sounded like.
It's kind of just like, I'm trying to think of, there's like a good way to describe it. I'm trying to think of it. You remember like how The Revenant was like super violent and depressing?
Mm.
It's sort of like Sicario is also super violent and depressing, but it's like Diet Sicario.
It's a card.
Oh man.
And
But that throat-
Sicario Zero.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but that throat noise I made earlier, it really sounded like Mario jumping on a Koopa. I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it was exactly like that.
I'm gonna look back at this and find that.
Please do.
It'd be great.
Please
But-
sample it over and over.
Yeah.
Sample it over.
Anyways,
But,
Diet
like,
Sicario.
Sicario 2 Soldado, which actually translates to Hitman 2 Soldier,
Oh no.
which was the funniest thing. But like essentially, yeah, like it has some of the characters from the original film, not the main character from the original film, but there's Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin, and they're great. They're very good. But like the plot is just so like kind of muddled and uninteresting, and it just drags. And it's like it has like the occasional scene of like brutal violence to kind of keep things going, but like the original film had something kind of going with it in the way that it was presented. It's like hey, these people, like the whole like cartel situation and how they're dealing with it. Both sides are kind of shitty. Nothing's like oh yeah, they're the good guys or ooh beautiful. This one, it kind of tried to do that, but it was more just like, it didn't really sell it for me. Also, has the weirdest ending ever because it feels like it ended like in the second act.
Was it weirder than what I said about the Jurassic Park thing?
No.
Not really. Like if you
No,
sure?
That's not weird. That's inspiring.
but like okay, so like, but like the way the film is structured, there's like a sense that like there's going to be more happening after this one moment, and it just ends, and I'm just like, wait, is it like I never expected this to be like a trilogy of films, but like I'm kind of anticipating it. I probably won't watch it because this one was kind of not good, but it's just like it just felt like they ended in the second act of like a film by itself, not like oh it's setting up another film. It just feels like wait, there's supposed to be more that's happening. It just literally ended on like a random scene.
What would you do if like the movie ends and instead of any credits, it just goes to like a DVD player screen? And, like, someone's like,
Just over.
"Oh, no,
What would you do if a movie started with this, like fast play thing?
Oh,
That'd be cool.
now
like
coming
skipping all the
to a theater
previews and
near
all
you.
that?
Yeah.
But like, there's one thing I can recommend about the film. There's
Coming soon to VHS and
What about that little
Only
like
Vietnam
transition,
veterans
like
will
coming
remember that.
soon with that blue tag, like the blue.
Coming
mask?
soon.
Coming soon.
Yeah, you know what? You guys know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
I know
about.
that.
Old
I remember
school
that.
stuff.
good.
You've heard of Disney's Aladdin. You've heard of Disney's Beauty and the Beast.
But
Well, get
now-
ready for
Minecraft
Frozen 2.
Yeah, but like one thing about the
2-7
film,
down.
but one thing about the film that is impressive in a sense, because this is like such a rarity, a good child actor, like an actually good child actor. And it was funny. There's a fucking girl from last night.
Wait.
No.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was the same girl
What?
from last night.
Wait, who?
The girl is like, I'm gonna fight the Decepticons.
So,
Wait, it's her?
so we've
I'm
known
looking
this for a
this
while
up.
now.
Wait, is it actually her?
Okay, my Frozen. My
I
So,
died.
so we've known this for a while now, but does this confirm, like, is Michael Bay the problem?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
Of
Here's the
course.
thing, though. Here's the
Of
thing.
course he is.
She was actually
He
really-
might play a small role in some careers
Well,
going down.
but like she was actually.
Yeesh, dude.
But like, but
Look at the stuff
for
right
my
now,
expectations of what Last Night would be, she was actually really good in that film.
Okay, I'm
It's
not.
just like she's picking awful movies but doing great
Go on,
in
man.
them.
You're
So I'm
good.
just like, what the fuck?
You're good now.
Is that a good or bad career move? What if you were good in horrible movies or bad in amazing movies? Which would you rather have?
Oh no.
That's a hard choice.
I'd rather be the first one because then I would actually I'd have the potential to ruin a good movie.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, like you can make it, or diminish the quality of a good movie.
I'd rather make a bad movie
You
than
could
make
be
a good
part-
one and have something so minuscule.
Yeah.
ruin it.
You could be part of what's gonna be the new Godfather and just be that annoying guy. He's just like
Joe Pesci.
the aristocrats, am I
No,
right?
you're gonna be Sophia Coppola in part 3.
Yeah.
Oh no. See, I had the option to watch 2 Godfather movies.
Yeah.
So I watched the third one twice. I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. I saw the first one.
You scared me.
Yeah, like, why would you do that?
Why would
That's-
you subject yourself to this?
Yeah,
Why
You
not?
literally don't say anything and just shoot me in the head.
I would. I would do that if I had the chance.
If I had the chance, I'd kill you.
Oh,
But
wow.
If it weren't
Well,
for the laws of
shot
this
from
land,
this.
I'd execute you.
If it weren't for the laws of this land, I would have killed you. I love that.
That's so good. But yeah, Sicario 2 is kind of
Shit.
It is kind of shit, and it's weird because the director said it was a great film, and I was like, why didn't he? Why would
I
you
mean,
like
he
him?
has
more?
to say that.
He's not an
Yeah.
executive producer on the film though. He's just a guy who made the other film.
Yeah, but he still has to say it.
It might be a clause in his contract.
Maybe.
Could be.
I
Some
hope.
people have that.
I hope he's not like, yeah, this is totally good because this is just like a mess.
So has anyone else seen Sicario 2?
No.
I haven't seen any of these movies you guys talk about.
Sicario
me
2
neither.
Soldado.
Soldado.
Sicario 2 Despacito?
Yeah.
Please!
Despacito 4.
We need it in the world!
Oh, we don't. I hate that song so much.
I hate it too, but I love the word. Just Despacito.
Despacito.
To say in the whitest way. Despacito!
Despacito.
It's the best song ever.
Despair Cheeto.
Take down the cartel.
Okay.
God damn it.
So what do you guys want to do now? Now
Okay.
We've depleted all our natural resources on this beautiful land.
Despacito.
We're gonna dance.
What's
So,
next?
We'll pray for
Uh,
gods.
Uncle Drew.
Oh, I wasn't sure if anyone watched this.
I
That's
have
why-
not.
I have not.
I have not.
Has
Let's
anybody
go.
watched this?
No.
Oh boy.
Skipping.
Wait,
My
can-
time
have
to
you?
shine.
Oh,
Oh,
boy!
yeah.
Shine! Shine!
Yeah!
Shine, my golden goose! Shine!
So
My golden goose.
I was actually just I haven't seen this movie. I lied.
Oh,
I was gonna
my
do
golden
the,
goose like
You're
time!
Are you
I
talk
was
about
gonna
memes?
tell you the plot to Moonlight instead.
Yes!
But
Why
no,
did you do that?
I don't know the plot to Moonlight.
I know the plot to
Does it
Moonlight.
say the plot to Moonlight?
Uncle Drew is about a young black gay man who learns to find his place in the world. He is cast out by his drug-addicted mother, and in the process finds friendship with his friend Kevin. That's actually his name, by the way. And this boy's name is Chiron. He learns to accept who he is, but through unfortunate circumstances is cast out by everyone around him for who he is. He becomes what society wants him to be, but finds Kevin later on in his life to reignite that love, only to find it's too late.
So the first Purge.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's that?
who
Who's
here?
that?
Oh wait, actually, yeah, the actor from in the first Purge is the actor in Moonlight.
Who is tired of the Purge?
Well, having
I
not
am.
seen it,
Oh wait, actually
I'm
no.
interested
I'm
by
sorry,
the
I just-
premise of this one.
Wait,
I
have
hate
you seen any of the Purges?
No.
I don't.
I've
How
seen
am I
all but the new one.
Mm.
Okay, it progressively gets worse.
I imagine so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They think the kookier the killers are, the more money they're gonna
Well,
make.
the trailers to this one seem kind of interesting though, because it's the idea
Yeah,
of.
but it's the first
It's
Purge.
sort
Why is everyone already prepared to dress up as a second?
I know.
Well,
saying,
a
if
lot
it's
of
the
that part
first
though,
Purge, people are
because
just gonna
from the
be
trailer they showed
Yeah,
the part
I'm
where it's
so
like
sorry.
the Purge
I'm so
starts, and you see a bunch of people going, "Great." I mean, I'm just gonna chill.
So I can just slap this guy real hard. Nobody can
And then
stop me.
over the course of the
Alright,
night,
cool.
there's the setups of the government people who were planted to be purgers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
So the only-
So the trailer is, which again I haven't seen the movie. I'm just
I like how we're
dissecting
I
the
like
trailer.
How at first we're talking about Uncle Drew, but now it's just like slowly going to the Purge.
Well, it was a hard segue.
What if Uncle Drew was
So-
in the Purge?
I'm gonna teach you how to dribble.
So from the trailer,
I did it.
so from the trailer, there's this
Hold my
one
nuts.
government person
Fuck up.
who's like,
That's a lot.
"Hey, I got an idea for this thing called the Purge," and there's a bunch of people in the government who are like, "Cool, let's do that." Most of the people in America are like, "You're crazy. How about no?"
How no thanks.
And they're like, no, we'll do it. It'll be fine. If it works, we'll keep doing it. If not, we won't do it. So ultimately, they're like, awesome, let's do it. The Purge happens. People are like, we're not going to change anything. But then Purgers come out, and then it goes back to the government person who came up with the idea of like, whoa, this is not going how I expected. And then she finds out the people who said yes basically paid people to just purge the country and lessen the size of the population.
Okay.
For resources, I guess, was what it looked
Maybe.
like from the trailer.
I think it's like the whole movie's sort of echoing like, so we basically just kill homeless people because they're not giving us anything.
It kind of. It seems that way. Like
It's
it's
like it's like a scary, like scariest thing in that world, like being homeless, because like where are you gonna hide? You can hide in a trash can, but like
It's true.
it could be a sociopathic murderer trying to kill you, like
Yeah.
outside.
Who just happens to like trash cans, and it's like, let me check this. Oh, there's someone in here.
like who
Oh,
happens
shit,
to have a hatred for trash
Oh,
cans
lucky
and
day.
throws like dynamite in it, and then like
or maybe just a
But,
person who doesn't
again,
want
What's
to
he, a
I haven't
cartoon
seen
character?
Grover.
Grover.
what do you do, Grover?
That's Oscar.
Oh,
I was
just
just
like
say
Purge.
Oscar. Cause I,
No,
'cause I
Grover's
thought
just
it was
having a really rough week.
No, he's bunking with
No
Oscar.
one wants to count with me.
I'm gonna find my. Where's my boss?
Nick, is it okay if you could type in beans in the chat?
Let's do it.
Because nobody's typing anything, and I feel like.
I mean, I was
I
confused
don't
about
know
like
if
the
anybody's there
animated
anymore.
shit that
It
happened.
says cute chat.
But I actually don't know much about the film. It seems more interesting in a concept than the other films.
Yeah.
The
and
only
again,
thing
don't know if it's good or
Yeah.
not.
The only thing I
Yeah.
can say for this film is I'm glad it was playing at my theater when I was cleaning one of the theaters because Kendrick Lamar's All Right was playing, and that was a dope
Nice.
song to clean the theater to.
Nice.
And that's the only thing. That's everything I have about that movie. I
Okay.
know nothing
What's
else.
next?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
Okay.
I haven't actually seen this one.
We
I've seen it.
Yeah.
We
So.
three have.
Okay.
I want
Me
to see
three
how he
has.
ends.
Are you alright?
I just haven't seen any movies.
Because
I'll
of your
force you to watch
dad.
movies.
Yeah. No, I mean, last movie I actually saw was Infinity War.
Okay.
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 Still
All
haven't
right.
But just like no, the Incredibles I really want to watch, but I don't want to watch alone. You know, it's just like hi there, one
I did.
ticket.
I
please.
Yeah.
I
No,
could
I
come
did
One
that
ticket
for
to this
movie.
family movie.
I
That's
wa-
right.
But the
no
thing
one-
is, I'm unemployed and I'm poor, so where am I gonna get the money to go to movies?
Oh, okay.
For?
I can get you free tickets.
You can hook it up.
Yeah, like dude, I work in a movie theater. They let me.
So if let's see what's coming out soon. let you guys continue. I
You
will
want to
be
see
able
Mamma
Okay.
Mia?
You guys.
Mamma Mia's next week. Do you want to see those bad actors sing?
So
Is it
you guys
Honestly?
take it away.
All right. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
No.
In my opinion, it's better than the first one.
That's like absolute.
haven't seen it.
We can
Let's
use
play
the
by
buzzers.
buzzer rules. So
Yeah,
Marco,
buzzer.
you're first.
Yeah,
All right.
Here we go.
So,
Oh.
personally, I think the movie was better in some aspects than the first one, but kind of like Deadpool, it doesn't have this sort of expectation that, well, not like Deadpool, like people are expecting it to suck, but it sort of elevates that expectation. This one's like, all right, we know it's gonna be good. Okay, cool, it was good. I guess we can go home.
Yeah.
But it's for me. I was definitely unprepared for this movie because following Infinity War, it makes you worry for anything pleasant happening for these people. During the ending, I was like, no, No!
I told you something,
No.
dude. I told you
I was
when it
having a
came to the
panic
ending.
attack.
It's happening! No!
It's happening again.
It's happening again.
Like I gave
Mr.
you,
Stark?
I told you.
I feel fine, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
I feel great, Mr.
I feel
Stark.
I great.
Oh,
Anyways,
wow.
but
You feel like a man, Mr. Stark.
Peter, not now.
Are you
Mr.
good?
Stark.
Okay.
now the new suit. Okay, I know. I always complain about these Marvel movies. Like each movie, they're getting a new suit. I'm like, what the hell? It's like, why are you doing this?
Toys.
Well, yeah, obviously toys.
Merchandising.
Gee, that wasn't even
Money.
a good one.
Design! Sorry.
Money.
Cough. I don't know.
Marco, continue.
Yeah.
It was. But this one was fine for me because it's a piece of shit. Okay,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I have a mobile game, like a Marvel thing, and I only recently got the Civil War outfit, and this one came out. I'm like, well, shit, now I gotta try to get that one. I see the movie, I'm like, I think I'm good. I think I can manage.
It's not
Yeah.
all those flaws.
Anyways, yeah, that's my take.
Alright, sure.
All right, Rafael.
Alright, so the way I saw it, I liked it again. Like what Marco said with the second one, it was, in my opinion, kind of better than the first one. For my own reasons, because when it comes to when I first heard the idea of the Antman movie, I thought it was gonna suck. I really thought it was. But then when I saw it, it was actually pretty good. They had good comedic moments, alright villain and all that. But my one problem with this one is just I'm really confused the villain and then just the side villain anti guy. You know what I mean?
Bad side.
He's not really a villain. He's more of a.
He's he's trying to help her, but at the same time it's really weird, because oh, don't worry, I'll take you in, you'll be the daughter I never had, and then just oh, shield went down, don't worry, I'll just help you, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Oh, what's that? What's it? Oh, no.
You jump back.
What?
So, no.
What's that you say, boy?
Continue.
My bad. I just got touched with the button.
Lassie.
Yeah,
that
itchy button finger.
The butter.
Jimmy's down in the well that's burning.
Butter.
You shot yourself. Oh well.
But there was a few. I want to say just one problem was just the villain. I like the design. I like how the story was told about her. Oh, okay, so this affected her badly, but at the same time, how they took care of the problem was a bit oh, there could have been a few. Sorry,
I was gonna say penicillin.
there could have been. There could have been a. I could have thought of a few more situations, if you could have just explained to her a bit more than just we just need time. No. Explain everything, please, so she can kind of get it.
It's a little hard to
I see.
follow.
Especially after the great villain of Thanos.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really hard to follow up on that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
You could,
Yeah.
don't worry, just be patient for, a few minutes, and then,
I even
that
told-
guy, the original Ant-Man can help you. Trust me, he's smart with this shit.
I even told you before we saw the movie. I wasn't. I even told you before watching the movie. I wasn't expecting much from the villain.
Yeah.
Ah.
And plus, right after, I think around, the ending and all that, when Marco was, calm, I just kind of ruined it for him, this isn't gonna last, and then he started to freak out a bit.
Yeah.
And, I, dropped in that little bomb, this isn't gonna last, and just, oh, no.
Yeah, it's
a
like
mental
depression.
breakdown.
If the screen goes black, so do they.
No, imagine if you're watching it halfway through,
Yeah.
and everybody, coincidentally, every single person that was in the movie just happened to be one half, and they all died. And the rest of the movie, you're just getting all these different shots with you're getting zoom ins and pans and everything.
Dramatic music, and then just, great CGI, but just, where's the character?
Yeah, you're
Where is it?
Where'd it go?
and you're just getting these dynamic shots.
Oh,
You're
nothing.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
What do you?
What if there's just one person and it's just monologue and just them sitting alone in a room for the rest of the movie?
This is where Ant-Man would be. This is him taking an attack right there.
The
I already
director is
did,
the
just,
only person
cancel
who's
my
not
pro
gone in the
character.
snap, so it's
I love that.
This is where.
so
he
in
would
the
usually
script
be
we
taking
plan to do
shit.
this,
Yeah.
and then
This is where he would usually be conducting business, but
And house
you can
arrest.
see that didn't work out.
Yeah.
All I want to see, I saw it from the trailers. I just want to see the ant drumming. I just really want to see the ant
It's
drumming.
in there.
It's there.
It's
It's
in there.
there.
Don't
Yeah.
worry.
It's fun.
It's not the same angle, but it's there.
But like, what I thought that was like pretty interesting is just like it kind of continued like after Civil War, their little situation with him, the original Antman.
I really
and all
want
that.
Maurice to explain Civil War to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
People
that.
got angry and they didn't want to say, "Okay, I'm sorry, buddy, you're right." So nobody did that, and everybody fight.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been great. Like, no, man, I want to like have freedom and all that, and just be cool. But you're like, bro,
That's illegal.
that's illegal.
Couple thought, like, I got my buddy and we got to go to that plane, and the guy in the metal suit was like, no, but that dude killed my dad, and that's not cool, bro. And then Spider-Man came out and just took the shield, and that was really dope.
Like,
And
hey,
then
what's up? I'm here now.
Yeah.
I'm the cool guy. I'm the hip. I'm the.
Then they fought, but then Captain America and the metal guy got away, and Black Panther was like, "Dude, what'd you do that for?" I said, "I'd help you, not catch him, fool."
And my buddy who can go real small, he went really big, which was really unexpected.
And then
And anyway,
why didn't she go in space jail for that? Or what? Water jail. Why didn't she go to the
Space jail.
Zelda water temple for not? For,
She was
for-
so
for-
Everybody's favorite.
Yeah, I mean,
she was so menacing.
From
They had to
Optimus Prime.
construct a space shield just for her.
but no, seriously, like everybody else is going to jail for defying the law, and she literally does just that. What do we call it when you assist the escape of a bad guy? I don't know. This-
Alibi?
Assisted escapery?
Assisting a criminal. I don't know.
Yeah. that sounds
Basically,
good.
basically that, and then she gets off scot free.
All right.
Anyways,
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Luke.
Alright, so my thoughts on the film is it's really
Gotta
fun.
press the
It,
button.
oh. My thoughts on the film, it was super, super fun. I actually had a lot of fun with it. More than the first film. One thing I can say about the entire Ant-Man film series at this point, with a massive grain of salt, is the fact that Edgar Wright is not working on it.
oh man.
Because they were planning on doing that, but guess what? Nope. Nope.
Oh.
No
You
bueno.
know, sorry, you continue.
No, what were you gonna say?
But didn't you have the?
No, you don't have a buzzer, dude.
Interrupting.
I'll let you do it because you haven't even seen, you haven't even seen this film.
No, I just
I
imagine.
didn't mean to do
I
that.
guess I get why, because Marvel tried doing like the comic approach with like the bang and pow
With-
before,
Yeah, like
with like older
like
stuff.
Hulk. The
Yeah,
first
like
Hulk.
Yeah. And I feel like Edgar Wright, because Scott Pilgrim's very comic style. I think they're like, we don't want that. Like, oh, I'm not gonna.
Maybe.
We don't want it. So they just didn't do it. anyways.
That's fair enough. I guess that could be understood.
But
understandable.
still, it would be so good if he
would
did
be.
it. It would be so good.
It would have been better than the first film,
I'm
which
so sorry,
honestly,
trying to get
for
Hi
me,
there.
like,
Hi.
hi Mauricio.
Hello.
Hello, Nostalgia Critic.
Hello.
No, don't bring up his name anymore.
Hello, I'm
W.
a Nostalgia Critic, and I'm here to review a
I'll
shitty
choke you.
movie.
Alright, seriously. Alright, let's go.
I'm so sorry.
Anyways, my opinion on the first film was honestly like it's one of the weakest of the Marvel films in my personal opinion. But this one was actually a whole bunch of fun, and I really, really liked it. Really, really liked it a lot. And I just like Paul Rudd's character. I especially liked like the chemistry between him and
Wasp.
Wasp, and just like how they played off each other. That was really fun. And most effects are actually pretty cool. I hated the villain. I didn't really enjoy the villain all that much. It was sort of
Where'd she go?
just very one note. Yeah, like where's she going now? Like, does she have an importance after this film?
Is she bleeding to death? What's the situation?
Yeah.
She's dead.
But
I
like,
hope she's dead.
but like, honestly,
Same.
like her character was kind of grating after a while, and I just didn't care honestly. And I know that's just like a weird thing to say, but like I didn't like care about like their motivation or why they were doing it. Which sucks because like we had Thanos, which is really cool.
Mhm.
One thing, and this is like a specific thing, and I mean I feel like a lot of people have already talked about it. The cinematography would be better if it wasn't for the fucking color grading being just gray cement. And I think I found a thing, like a way to avoid it looking awful. Don't have scenes in broad daylight in cities.
Yeah.
Everything else looks fine. Those look garbage. And I can say that as someone who's been like color grading stuff recently. It's like it doesn't look appealing at all.
And also, not on this podcast, but yes, the last one was it, or was it the one before?
I think
it would
it
have been the last
It
one.
was
I
also,
haven't talked about it,
well,
but you guys have.
Was it part of my thing? For a bit?
No, there was a J4U podcast where we were talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
There's a whole video of that.
No, I'm trying to
Check that out.
For a bit, like in the last episode of Odessy that we just talked about Marvel.
Can we
what
talk
would
about,
happen for-
of all
You
Marvel movies,
and me.
why Black Panther lost budget at the second half? Or after the while?
Oh,
the
like-
CGI?
Well, you mean? I thought you meant like losing money at the box office.
no,
Or
no. People are like,
So-
this movie actually sucks.
I wouldn't even argue the second half. I think overall the CGI was weak in that
Yeah,
movie.
really. I mean,
Yeah.
it was.
Maybe it's just like they didn't have the same like effects supervisor. Maybe.
Well, watching the behind this, there's Variety after people started complaining about the CGI. Went and talked to the VFX artists
sorry.
for the movie, and they broke down how they did the VFX for it. Even that's rough to watch.
that is pretty
Because
rough.
these
You
people
showed
who are
me.
like passionate, and like, oh yeah, so then we did all this and all that, and you're watching, it's like, why did you do all this and all that? Like there were scenes where like, oh yeah, Black Panther's not actually in this scene. We just redrew him from scratch.
What?
Like even that scene where after the ship crashes and you see T'Challa rise up from the fire,
Yeah.
that was pretty much all CGI.
Yeah.
They got a clean slate of Chadwick Boseman taking a couple steps up, and everything else is CGI in that
Yikes.
scene.
I hate
that. But
That's ridiculous.
Even
stupid.
Wakanda is like
I know,
90%.
What? No, I thought
No,
Wakanda was.
this city
They-
CG.
the
Looking
city
at
was
the
good,
set, it's
but everything-
you got them
Yeah,
standing
that-
on
that's
grass
design at
surrounded by blue screens.
Okay, alright, that's actually surprising me.
but like
Wait, they didn't actually get a field for that?
And there's just a bunch of assets. Well, the field, but just the grass part. The rest was a lot of blue screens.
Okay.
And then they just added in all the background.
Reverse,
I didn't know that
reverse.
actually.
Reverse, reverse.
It's an interesting video, but
Alright,
it is kind of rough to watch
I
because
wanna-
there's one part in particular where they're like, oh yeah, so then this scene was entirely CGI. There's basically no camera stuff, and you're watching them draw, and you're like, you know, it's not a cartoon, right?
Yeah.
I guess that thing where you're like, I feel bad, but
it sucks.
What about the beginning part? Didn't that take like 4 months to make? Like the creating sand animation and all that, talking about like
That was actually
how
cool.
Wakanda-
the rhino was surprisingly difficult for them to do.
Really?
One thing
Yeah.
I know is that one scene where Shiri, is that her name?
Driving the car.
When she's shooting the things out of her hand at the Killmonger, and he's like, there's literally, she's not shooting anything, and you don't see any effects like they had earlier. It's obviously a very unfinished scene.
Yeah.
Like, it's so unfinished, it's sad. I don't, like, what happened?
Yeah.
We're
It's
just made a
it's
shitload
kind of
money,
fun. It
and
kind of
the
sucks
guy
that.
hates doing the Wakanda thing.
Yeah. Also, like one thing about that. Well, I guess I should probably actually finish up with Antman and the Wasp.
Yeah.
There's one thing I was talking about, but I can't remember now what I was gonna say because we sidetracked to Black Panther.
CGI.
We do that a lot.
It wasn't.
What's your favorite Infinity Stone?
Let's just keep going on this.
I got it now.
Yeah.
Some of the effects were pretty cool though. Like color grading awful, as I said. It didn't look terrible though. For the most part, they knew what looked best from environment wise, and I really enjoyed the cast. Like the guy who plays like that side villain that has like the southern accent, like he kind of doesn't necessarily have a point, but I enjoyed him more than the actual villain.
Okay.
And he's so goofy. I love that actor so much. And also Tim Heidecker makes a cameo in this film.
I saw like a little clip of that.
And it was great. I love that. He was like it for like 5 seconds. It was funny. Anyways, that's my thoughts.
So we good for Ant-Man and the
Yes.
Wasp?
Yeah. What's your favorite Infinity Stone?
The purple.
Mind.
Reality Stone.
The one that
Mind.
goes up my
I
butt.
like the mind.
I like reality. I
Just
can
like
make
you ripped
myself
it
a
out.
fake girlfriend.
What's the one that turns everything to bubbles?
That'd be
Reality
reality.
Oh yeah.
I'd
I'm
say
trying to
between
think of bubbles.
reality and
Bubbles.
I lean more towards time. I'd say.
Call
I
it the
like
bubble
mind one,
stone.
just like the idea of like how much power it has. Just like, boom.
I could make multiple fake me's.
I know we didn't really see what the Mind Stone did by itself,
Yeah.
but we just saw what it helped to do. Is this a meme? I see.
Oh okay.
But yeah. So anyway, the next thing that we're gonna be talking about is one that I really from the trailers dug the style of, and it's Sorry to Bother You.
Yeah, I want to talk
Oh
about
wow, that movie.
Oh, I want to see
I
that.
saw it.
I want to see that movie too. It looks cool.
that. I guess I'll be the only person to talk about
Please,
it.
no spoilers on this one because like I really want
God,
to see
He
I-
dies horribly.
I won't tell you the spoiler because honestly,
Isn't
what
that
happens in the movie is so fantastic. I won't spoil it
Just
even
like-
slightly.
try to do a spoiler free.
Well,
No,
that's
of
how
course.
everything we're talking about.
I
should
know,
be.
Yeah,
we're just
yeah.
like this one's super spoiler free.
Yeah, this one's kind of like people have been.
So how does it end, Luke?
Ah!
Every minute detail.
All right.
What he looked like.
The Evangelion release is gone, and
This
so-
is your all.
fuck off. Anyways, okay, so like Sorry to Bother You kind of in a way feels like an Adult Swim sketch if it was made into like structured well into a film in a lot of aspects. It's about like a telemarketer who finds a way to do a great like cheesy white boy impression and be able to actually be super successful, and because of that he kind of goes up into the ranks of like the telemarketing like profession. And it's great because like the style is almost like in like if you've seen something from like Spike Jonze or something like that, or Eternal Sunshine, it has like this music video-esque style to how it's produced. Like there's just some interesting choices and just how it's presented. It's like super fun and inventive, and might be the funniest film I've seen this year so far. There's one scene in a fucking party with the main character that's both so painfully uncomfortable and made me laugh my fucking ass off. And when you see the film, you'll probably know what it is. But it's great. It's the uncomfortable comedy, which I really, really love, that makes it work so well. All the performances are pretty great. There's this one actor, Armie Hammer, who makes like a really short kind of performance. And it's so fucking insane. Like, this scene has like no importance, honestly, to the film whatsoever. It's like this incredibly like long, just this shot that feels like it goes on for way too long, where he snorts like the longest line of coke, and then he just yells, and it cuts to him being at a party.
I like
and
it.
Then it's
just totally sounds like an Adult Swim thing.
Yeah, and it's so funny. Honestly, it has really good music too, and it's one of those things where it's like it's not just stupid humor. It has actually some interesting things to say too, but not in just a butthurt serious way where it's like some films like comedy, drama, serious, social commentary, comedy. And,
yeah, right.
And it actually mixes it in a way like sometimes the social commentary is the joke. Like there's like a background thing where like there's a show that everybody watches where it's like, and on this new episode of I got the shit kicked out of me. It's an actual show that they just have in the background, and it's like it's like
something like that. Honestly, just like
get the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah.
No, just make a show, make a random show that doesn't make any goddamn sense, and just put it in like in a movie.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Also,
fun doing that shit. Just like
So you good for this one?
Yeah. I'll one last thing I want to say, and it's great. It's weirdly enough. Like, this is the most spoilery thing I'll say. It's more just like a tonal thing rather than what actually happens.
Wow, J4U.
In a, like, short section of film, it kind of becomes a horror film.
Well,
And I won't tell you what, but it'll fucking terrify you and make you laugh.
Came out on the screen.
You see an Indoraptor hand reach around the corner,
And then he says "clever girl." And
That'd be
No.
I'd like that.
That'd be funny.
and you hear Alan.
Alan!
And then
That'd be
Hero
less
Brian
cool.
appears out of nowhere and just says,
Hero Brian, no!
It's a creepypasta all along.
Freddy Fazbear came
Sam's?
out and offered me pizza.
They're
Sam's
still
came into
making a
real life.
Freddy. They're still making a Five Nights at Freddy's.
I don't even
Are
know
they?
at this point.
I heard it was going to be done by the director of Don't Breathe.
This is gonna be produced by Blumhouse or something.
Was it?
Please
Ew.
speak. What is your favorite Infinity? Oh, I thought he.
We did
Just
answer that.
please speak.
Yeah, that was I think that was a while back. Though.
Yeah, I said in reality. I said reality.
I said reality.
Soul.
Soul.
Oh, no,
It's
it's
in
mine.
mind.
Yeah, mine. Bad.
Yo,
Little
what if the
difference.
Soul Stone only just makes it like it just makes a saxophone, and you just get jazzed with the soul, and it's like
See, it wasn't actually a snap. It was him starting to play.
I think
Thanos is about to destroy the
Dude,
last
that's
of
It
the-
was actually slam poetry.
oh,
Thanos is about to destroy the last
Just
of the
that was him
Avengers.
starting.
I've never used this before.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
no, like he kills all the half the population of the universe by playing the epic sax theme.
Alright,
I was
what's
thinking, who
next?
could it
So-
be now?
Okay.
You good on this?
Yeah, that's all I really
Okay.
want to say. I'd recommend it.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll contribute is alright.
Oh yeah!
What
Anyway.
is-
Hell yeah! That's tight.
So the last movie thing we have to talk about, Skyscraper.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I didn't see it.
I avoided that.
I'm going to avoid it. I
don't
saw the
care
trailer
about it.
and I was like, so that's not going on the list of things to watch.
What is it about?
It's about Dwayne
The Rock.
Johnson.
All right, so
Never
and
mind.
it's-
I know exactly which one
It's
we're
about
talking
The
about.
Rock hanging with Kevin Hart.
No,
He's like
that's a
John
different one.
I thought the trailer was so
The only thing I can say,
generic.
Except he has no leg and it's all CGI, so yeah.
the only thing I can say about this film is actually two things. One, there was a really funny meme coming from it, which was the poster. People were like trying to decipher the actual momentum and physics behind. Would he actually make that jump? No, he wouldn't.
No.
Oh,
And
He died in
the
this
other
movie.
one is it has the girl from Scream, who I actually like, and I'm sad that she's in this.
Well, another
Yeah, the film
thing
Scream.
that I'll point out
Nev Campbell.
is, from what I've heard, this could be all rumor, but from what I've heard, is the pitch for this meeting was The Rock wanted to be in a Die Hard movie, so they made their own.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
Please
I
allow
thought-
me to astral project. What?
how is
That's
this?
the worst thing I've heard.
What
I'm
do we have
sorry.
to do?
And
thought
for
this was
also,
like the
I haven't
Towering
seen it
Inferno.
myself, but they're the poster that they literally based off one of the Die Hard posters to show that. That you could basically side by side. Again, I haven't seen it
Yeah.
myself. From what I've heard, they're the poster that you
Yeah,
could
instead of
side
the
by
guy's just
side
his foot.
and literally see that they were
Just
really
let it
going for a
off.
Die Hard.
This is numb.
This is no.
Yeesh.
What was that?
I like your. Oh, it's a saxophone emoji.
Oh, it's just whoosh.
Oh, by the way, guys, it's National Emoji Day.
Wow.
Hey.
Please just spam
Hashtag shit emoji
laughing
all
emoji.
over me.
I already did that
Oh,
actually.
yes.
And
What is a fourth emoji on your phone? Just
I'm
post it in
glad
the
the
comments right
saxophone
now.
is there.
What's your favorite
Yeah,
emoji?
use the letter emojis.
Use
You can type out words with
put
it.
in beta.
It's
Oh.
too many.
What? Do we just get a
We are one sub away from 4,000.
Oh my god.
Congratulations!
Somebody gotta make it.
Anyone?
boy.
One subscriber
Joe, make a
away.
fake account quick.
Okay.
Do it.
We're at
Alright.
3,999
Okay,
subs.
no one unsubscribed.
Yeah, now that I've said that, we just like... And now we're at 3,982.
One thing I'm disappointed about, the school I go to gives us like alternate like Gmail accounts so we can like work at school with like computers and such. So technically I do have a YouTube account that's just my school.
Yep.
So I mean I could subscribe to you, but
can't access.
actually
it,
wait,
you
no, fuck, we
family.
can't access it. Shit.
They can't. They lock
Not
it
only
down.
that, I'm pretty sure via school accounts, because of how YouTube has it set up, like you get 20 videos from our 1,000.
Fair enough.
And they're all like Spider-Man Elsa videos. No.
Yeah, the best shit. The
That-
best
Yeah, it's
shit.
just Raphael and an Elsa
Godzilla
outfit.
versus the Minion.
And then Luke.
No, I'm
and a
dressed as
Spider-Man.
Garfield. You
Spider-Man.
remember, you remember.
Lazaga.
Saga.
Yeah.
Zaga.
We're one sub
Lesbian
away.
lasagna?
And
Who
then
will be the
we can
last
turn
sub?
this into the 4,000 sub special and I can be lazy then.
Yay!
Oh yeah, look at that. Hey.
Laziness!
Look at that, boy. Get Steven, tell him to fucking subscribe.
Oh yeah, I can.
Do it.
Tell someone. Just say, hey, subscribe to this. We're one away, please.
But please don't unsubscribe, because then if
Please
tomorrow
don't.
we're at like, and we're now at 3,900.
That's what I had with like
This is
Letterboxd.
bad.
I'm 5 away from getting to 300 followers on Letterboxd, and that's how I felt like, because it'll be like 96, and then like 2 days will happen to be 95.
Well, it's because as of right now we're making like I think 200 something subs a month.
People, please.
But with that said, that's just a net gain. We're also losing maybe like 30 a month or something, but it's just we're making a profit.
Hey, it's
That's nothing.
it's a profit. That's all that matters at this point. So you know, whatever.
But anyway,
So-
are we ready for the next movie? Is that enough,
Yes,
Skyscraper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Die Hard.
So that's now we're moving on to trailers,
Ooh, boy.
which these let's try and keep it more condensed.
Okay.
But the first one is no, we already talked about
Danny
Bumblebee, didn't
DeVito.
we?
Yeah.
I think we talked about Bumblebee on maybe
Yeah,
the
we-
Outer Six
oh,
story.
did
We did.
So
We
dude,
did.
we're
Not the Predator trailer. The new
let's
one.
move straight to gaming then, because now that I think about
Cool.
it, have we talked? Halloween might be the only one we didn't talk about.
No,
Okay, let's talk about
the
Halloween.
only one that there's one thing I want to talk about, but it's more if we had the time to. I wanted to talk about Mission Impossible 6, but
Oh, okay.
I didn't. It's not that I watched it.
Let's
It's more
save
just
it
I'm hyped.
for the next one because then it'll be out and we can
Mhm.
talk about the actual movie.
Yeah,
Let's
that
talk
makes
about
sense.
trailers as fast as we can.
Halloween good.
About
Oh,
how
Predator
sucks.
badly we can
Then let's talk
misunderstand.
one thing about Spiderverse. Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Is he?
Yes.
He's gonna be
He's gonna be
Noir
Noir
Spider-Man.
Spider.
Oh, he's gonna be who?
Noir Spider-Man.
It's
that's
like
kinda cool,
1920s Spider-Man.
He's also Superman
And
now.
who's Spider-Gwen again? I remember it's someone.
Gwen
Fuck.
Stacy.
It's like-
Oh, it's
it
Haley
was-
Steinfeld.
Haley
Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
Hey, Gwen, do you know who Spider-Gwen
Steinfeld.
is?
Hey, daughter
Gee, I
Gwen.
don't know.
You know, you awfully look like you got the size of her.
Oh.
Daughter Gwen, you sound exactly like my rival.
People are. I'm sorry, I can't read it. I'm
People
blind.
are
It's-
more likely to unsubscribe trying to be the 4,000.
Yeah, so it's
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Oh god.
it's a valid point.
It do be like that sometimes.
Especially if you look at the people who are almost at 1 million. Right before they hit 1 million, there's a huge plummet of people unsubscribing, then going to resubscribe to be that million.
Wait, really?
Going to-
Yeah. Like, there's several YouTubers who I watch their live stream when they tick over to 1 million, and you always see, like, it's ramping up, it's ramping up, it's ramping up. Boom. Ramped up.
Oh shit, we made it.
Quit teasing.
Oh, that's another. Here's a.
Check your subscriber button now.
Ooh.
Like and subscribe, like and subscribe.
You lost 20 subscribers. Yeah!
Hey!
I did it! Double tap. Wait, we did it? What we did?
Celebration time.
Peeking the microphone.
Yeah,
Sorry, audio users.
Congratulations,
So-
everybody. We
I can now go
Everyone-
home and have me
Moses.
kept under a cage.
There it is.
Everyone, we did it.
We did it. We
I
did
still
it.
have like
We did
12 subscribers.
Gossip.
So.
I'm one of those 12 subscribers.
I have
That's
fun.
good
Same
shit,
here.
I think
That channel's
18
good.
That's good shit, man. Yeah.
I need to make something next. I don't know what it's gonna be.
I
Make
can
your
be-
magnum opus.
I can be a part of it.
I mean, I really want, like, I have a list of things I really want to make, but I need, like, a big production
There we
budget.
Oh.
So I was gonna think, like, maybe you guys could help me with it. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm up for whenever, man.
I'd be down with whatever it is, even if it's dumb and silly.
We did it.
Look at that. Wow.
We're
Hey, look, it's my channel that I'm not using anymore.
Oh, no.
It's that channel that I never use either. Look at that.
Oh.
At least I get to keep the name.
Yay.
No one's gonna take it from me.
I stole.
I have to
Gio,
see them.
I've been meaning to tell you, I stole that name.
name.
It's mine now.
No.
Copyright.
No.
Copyright.
Have you ever seen?
See, I drew a little TM next to it, so
Have you ever
it's
had
fine.
that dream where you could
You wanted to.
Hey! Chris!
Uh-huh.
You made it just in fucking
Oh my
time, buddy.
God!
Chris! Hey!
Oh my goodness!
Hey,
is
Chris.
that a man?
We made it
Is
to
that-
4,000. We made it to
The man,
4,000.
the myth, the legend.
I haven't seen that man in
The-
a long time.
I haven't
I miss
either.
you.
I've only seen him on like our.
Hey.
Oh my god! What? Oh, never mind.
Wow,
Hey, girls.
what great timing, bud.
Wow.
Welcome.
Almost like you timed this. A little suspicious of you, but
What if we checked and he is the 4,000 subscriber?
No, we just summoned him. He just needed the number 4,000.
Just
Yeah.
We just like all snapped. We all synced.
4,000 summoned him and hey, Just Think showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeet.
Weird that we got a big increase of people right as we hit 4,000. It's
I like
almost
the-
like they were waiting for us to tick over.
if only Darkest Finest was here. Oh my god!
I
You
like-
can't. Oh, that's not him.
You're not. You're not Darkest Finest.
like this guy's
So
just
glad
been
to
with
have
us
you.
for half of
You're
the
cool
stream.
though.
We're just
You're
like,
you're awesome.
Oh,
You
God.
like
Anyone
You're
who's
you
massive.
and
Thank you.
stayed here for like forever.
Yeah.
You stayed for like the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm proud of
You're
you, man.
dope. I
Oh.
like you.
Well, basically,
I'm
you guys
out.
missed was an orgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Someone
fucked
call
the
me-
twink.
Let's not disappoint.
Twink in the middle.
Is this just like that one meme?
What if there was a Twinkie?
Oh
in the room?
no! Oh no!
I bet it's
What
that.
were we talking
I
about before
bet
this?
it's that.
Nicolas Cage?
We were talking about
And
Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage.
Yeah, he was.
Nicolas
Basically, all you need
Cage
to know.
being the
Sorry,
1920
Clock.
Spider-Man and being Superman and
Yeah.
also Superman in that new movie that's animated.
Why didn't we talk about Nicolas Cage at the beginning of the stream? We would have hit 4,000 way
Yeah,
quicker.
That's
Oh,
true.
well, Clock would have left. He doesn't like him.
Bjork.
Bjork is a good musical
Bjork.
artist.
We did it.
How do you say that, actually?
Bjork.
Bjork?
Alright, I'm done.
I wasn't sure if it was like Bjork or Bjork or...
Okay.
Chris altered me
Bejeweled.
to the 4K.
Time for a new set. I feel like 2 subscribers would have been time for a new set.
Yeah.
We've especially this set have really put a lot into it, which actually we may be getting
Yeah.
new set stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's news for another time.
Yeah.
So, anyway, be great if we had a technical director. Just saying. Moving on.
Art director.
One of these
That's about
days.
it.
That's me.
Yeah, fuck up, get out of here.
Sorry.
I'll fight you both.
I'll fight myself.
So, Luke, did you
Okay.
want to say anything about Halloween getting back on track?
White wrinkly man kills people.
Yeah,
That's about it.
That's
Thank you.
about it.
Uh,
Next.
Looks fun, and I will probably watch it on Halloween.
I want to watch it on Christmas morning.
That'd be
God bless everyone.
No, wait, that's for Krampus. No, I forgot.
I'll cramp your ass.
How about
Stop
let's
it.
get...
All right, since we're at 4,000, I want to talk about his calling.
Let's let the stardom affect us.
You know, there's Krampus and all. That's cool. Yeah, sure. But what about Krampus?
Oh my god.
I can crump with you.
Oh,
Fucking, that's what I was going with. God
Why
damn.
you sound like Marge?
That's exactly what I was going. That was really good.
Like,
4,000 subscribers. From this conversation.
Nothing changed.
nothing's changing
Time
now.
Time doesn't destroy everything; it just rebuilds again.
No, something me and Just Dank, I don't know, I just want to talk about it just because, you know, he said, we want to make a thing called Blue Has a Clue, because they want to, they're trying to remake Blue's Clues. So I was thinking, how about I get a blue morph suit and the dog face filter, and I just go walking around, like, picking up like heroin needles and shit. So that's what I'm trying to go for in the future. That's what I'm trying to make.
You know what? That's a good life goal.
And I'll be recording all that.
I filmed that.
Please do. Get that good film.
I watched Blue's Clues so much when I was like 2 years old.
Okay, House with Live though. Thank you.
Yes, I can do that.
Yeah, that'd be
Basically, let's
great.
burn
We've got enough
everything
practice in the game.
All of it.
down. And, clean
Hopefully we
prostitutes.
can make a profit.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
And all we need is a crater, and we can flip a house.
Yeah! This
We
is
need
what
a
I
du-
wanted!
The next house.
Fortnite.
The official statement. Next house.
Fortnite.
Dungeon.
Dungeon.
We're putting a dungeon. In the...
Playhouse
I
with
mean,
Roblox.
Roblox.
Sorry.
Yeah.
If
I
you're gonna do
love
it-
that house flipper stream.
That
And
was
the
great, yeah.
stream on the
Oh, yeah.
main channel did very
If
well.
you guys have a dungeon, you're gonna have to post to another media website.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
What stuff did you guys have in the dungeon, by the way?
Yeah,
A
bed.
gun?
A TV.
A gun for tax reasons.
No, it was an air gun. Yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
tax reasons.
It was an
But,
air gun, a radiation mask, and
There was a lamp, a computer. No,
Yeah.
not a computer.
A bed.
There was a smart TV.
there was like a potted plant.
Wasn't the TV on like the tiniest
Yeah.
little
Oh
table?
yeah.
Yeah.
We probably should have thought about
huge
that.
Well, it
was
balanced
on a-
because,
It was on a.
There was
Yeah.
green tiling
Yes,
all
balancing the galaxy?
across
Yes.
the room.
No.
The bathroom was purple.
What a live stream.
I'm messing with this
Yes.
thing. What is this?
Anyways,
So, yeah,
what were we talking
With that
about?
said, confirming
Sorry,
it now, there will be
5,000.
another house flipper stream.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
When should we do that actually?
We'll
Right
talk
now?
about it off stream.
All right, cool.
Anyways,
Yeah,
yeah.
you want to be
So now- Moving on to E3 stuff.
yeah,
Enjoy.
Basically, we're giving our money away not righteously.
Alright.
We shouldn't be even.
I'm going to describe Bethesda
So, let's-
E3 to you.
I already gave all my money to Jurassic World.
You guys want Skyrim?
And I want
You can have it!
Oh,
So-
hell yeah.
Take it, bitches! Ugh.
Starting with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So, Rafael.
Okay.
By the way,
Odyssey.
So,
So, honestly, apparently they've been working on this kind of engine for this game for about 3 years, about right after Syndicate of the England one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and for that, I'm really glad because I really thought it was just gonna be a year later. Oh yeah, we worked on this for a year, so get ready for a bad engine kind of crap and all that, and really confusing dialogue that you'll probably won't get until till we fix it up. But what I know about the
What's wrong?
No, just.
Okay.
Just making noises.
Did I hurt your feelings? I'm sorry.
Are you dying
No,
inside?
I don't know. Assassin's Creed. I've seen all my friends buy each and every game, and then every
That's
time
me.
eventually they're
That's
like,
me.
it wasn't that good. I'm like, stop buying it, please stop. It's Ubisoft. Just stop.
I have
Exactly.
I have 20 copies of Syndicate. It's alright.
It wasn't that good.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's okay.
that photo of
But
the guy who owns
what I'm
15
really fucking
copies of
confused
Force
about-
Gump for no reason.
But I'm really confused about this one
I
is
won't
because
become
this
that
is
guy.
Me too.
before Origins, so technically this is the prequel.
This is the prequel to the origin story.
Yeah,
And
a big.
that matters.
It's the origin to the
And you
origin.
get to pick
Origins
two characters,
Revelations.
which is okay. You get to play chick or guy.
Like
So
That's new.
yeah, and
Equal gender.
and basically there's gonna be a Fallout thing where you decide the story, and there's a choice. If you become an asshole, you're gonna get some asshole ending. If you if you take it all in and be a nice person just for a little bit, you'll get the good ending.
It's Mass Effect in Greece.
Yeah, and basically for that you can fuck anybody. Just
Wait, hold
Mass
on.
Effect.
You can fuck a bull. I don't
And it's on
care.
which console?
Yeah. Well, Zeus is over here and he wants another child, so I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna go hang out with
I'm
him.
just gonna slide my ass in there.
Wait, excuse me? That's how you make a baby. What are you trying to say?
Slide your ass in there.
Slide my ass.
there's a little.
Put my ass in your. Sorry, I'm not gonna
Connect ass.
And then I don't know, like
semen.
my hopes for it. I hope they do better stuff that will make things a little better than Origins, because like I liked Origins, but there were a few flaws with it, and mostly just like hopefully they like learn their lesson about just like about taking time to like work on a game and not rushing it, sort of feel.
Definitely.
Because you know there are a few mishaps when it came to Unity and just like Syndicate, and just a few more that I really don't want to get into, but like I'm really glad that they're not rushing it in, which is really good, because like, you know, you're getting what the fans want, and that's good.
Could you imagine if Call of Duty took a year off?
Oh, no.
Guys, we're back.
Take a
We had
vacation.
to really take
Forever,
it in,
please.
and this time we added way more mechs and a tank with a face.
Which is why we're
It's
introducing.
his face.
No!
That's what it says when you fire it. No.
No!
We're introducing
Sounds like
Infinite
fun.
Advanced Warfare.
Shinji, it's your face.
And it's all.
No,
Guess
it's
what?
like
Guess
the
what?
spray at the end.
All
With
multiplayer.
like the
Yeah.
it
It was already multiplayer, but it's just whatever.
I mean, I haven't seen it.
There's
but
no
I
story
want to see it.
whatsoever.
Campaign?
It
Oh,
will
isn't that
traumatize
something
you.
we did
I
for
know.
Modern Warfare? Nah, probably not.
Yeah. But overall, for Odyssey, I am curious because it's an RPG.
Okay.
It's gonna be good. Like, because like I like how they did it with the RPG in in Origins. It's really good. I'm really curious how they're gonna take it for this one, since like, you know, it was their first time doing it, and now this is like the second game of actually doing an RPG with like, you know, picking out weapons, armor, and all that, just designing your character. I'm just curious how they're gonna do it this time, because like.
Sonic Shoot DLC.
You know,
Yes.
Hell yeah!
Ah, don't hit me! Oh, father,
Just
no!
like give me a high five. Like hell yeah!
I thought you went to the store.
Sorry, natural reaction.
I just want to give, I just want
You're
to
not gonna get to me, motherfucker!
I want to give you a high five. Like hell yeah, man! Hell yeah, because you're the one who can talk to you.
I'll hang,
about
my,
shit.
I'll hang myself before he gets me. Okay.
Okay.
Alright,
Can we please?
We need these way more often.
I just wanted to
I
give
know,
you.
right?
I just wanted to give you a high five.
What did I just walk into?
So-
You don't worry about it.
Orgy.
Yeah,
So two things.
physical and mental.
One, I really dig the combat style from Origins.
Definitely.
And I'd love to see that continue in Odyssey. And secondly, does anybody remember Desmond Miles?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes.
What happened to him?
I do.
He died.
Did he?
Good.
Yeah, he died in the
just-
third
he
one.
Good, I'm
exploded.
glad he's dead. I am glad.
He's a dick, kind of.
I mean, you and a lot of
There is.
people.
Can I just
Oh,
like
yeah.
just say something?
You go for it.
I did not care about it. I thought he was super boring. Like the assassins were more interesting. Like,
Of
don't get
course
me
they're more-
wrong.
That's who you're here
Like,
to play as.
I only like played it to get to like the juicy parts of the story. Just like, ooh, this is great. Like,
That's
I
why
like to
anyone
learn
plays a
more
video
about the
game.
first civilization. What's that? We're going back to Desmond? Oh,
Shit.
you
Just-
killed your girlfriend? That's
Unfortunate.
something.
No. I mean, too bad.
Dude, that sucks.
That sucks, man. Keep it
Looks
up.
like there's another hole here. You left unguided.
Yeah.
You know, oh no.
Yeah, but
Oh, you better go get the police all
That's
here.
about it.
What's that? You don't want to be daddy's little boy?
so
Shit, that
who's
sucks.
What's next?
Next game, we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Fallout 76.
I got this one. So,
Okay.
It takes place. Sorry.
It takes
it takes place
in my backyard.
takes place in West Virginia. It is a fully online game. Like, you can't play this without like other people in the world with you. There's no story, no NPCs. It's just you. You're kind of there, and your goal is to just build. Okay.
Minecraft.
That's it.
Minecraft. The next Minecraft.
it's
gonna be great.
It's Minecraft.
It's gonna be great.
But no, I mean, I think it's interesting because like
Mhm.
I've always wanted a Bethesda game that's multiplayer. But I mean,
Right.
people always say,
Yeah.
"Oh, this goes online. Go ahead." I'm like, "No, it's not Bethesda."
Yeah.
So this is, and I'm excited.
Mhm.
The only thing is like there's no NPCs at all. besides
Exactly.
robots and things. And I just kind of I don't know how I feel about that.
Feel
Makes you-
empty.
And
So-
in the
Yeah.
presentation, they said, so you can make your own caps. Who do I give them to?
Yeah, well, there's
Give them to me, the crazy man that's only alive
I think
and survived the nuclear apocalypse.
Evidently, there's gonna be like these little vending machines that you can put things in and sell to, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
That means like you can literally make your own gun, name it and everything, put it there.
It's like Claw Penguin, but with nukes.
Apparently, there's gonna be a battle royale system in there.
I love that name, by the way.
Fallout Battle Royale.
Nuclear.
It's actually in the game.
Like, have you seen that like one meme of just like talking about like
Fallout cart.
like like Fallout 3, like talking about games like they're looking for something like. Fallout, like, the first, like, I don't know, like, I can't remember the first Fallout, like, helping my people. Fallout 3, like, finding my dad. Fallout 4, finding my son. Fallout
New Vegas.
Fallout New Vegas. Finding the guy who shot me. Fallout 76, bomb Pussy Eater 96, because he destroyed my shit.
That's another thing. Even if you fucking, if you camp at one of those nuclear silos that they let you play with, no one can touch you.
If you have a bomb.
Then again, you have to be there 24/7.
Yeah.
Still, if you decide to do that, you could.
Yo, wait. What if you can nuclear bomb a nuclear silo, and a nuclear silo detonates? So there's a bigger radiation. I mean, that'd be fun, but it's probably not even possible.
I know, like, the map is
that'd be cool.
bigger than, like, any other game.
That's
Three
true.
faces I missed.
I think it might be mine.
Just these three.
Actually, it's Rafael, Marco, then Marco again.
Marco again.
There's two.
I missed his
two
face too. I missed that guy. I missed.
There's two
Anyways.
Marcos.
When he was there with my animal collective obsession. Okay. Wow.
Now, firstly,
I
I don't want to
CBD
shit on the game because it hasn't come out yet, obviously. But personally, okay, another thing. I know they're experimenting. They want to branch out to other things, but to me, I'm not really interested in the game because Fallout for me has always been about the story, how you interact with the world.
Yeah.
This game obviously isn't interested in that, so I'm not really gonna bother with it.
I want to try it just because I really want to interact with people and
So my mindset with it is, I'm interested. There's a lot of ways that could go well. There's a lot of ways that cannot go well. So I'm on the side of I'm gonna grab my popcorn. I'm gonna watch, and I'll be kind of happy either way, I guess.
I kind of don't want for like the game to happen. Is just basically like I know the guy who said like it's not gonna be like there's gonna be a shitload of people on there. I'm just afraid there's gonna be that one fucking asshole who just screams and just like destroys your shit, like just like fucks you over for like a day.
You made fun of me. Guess what? I found all the keys.
Oh, Skinny, we're best friends. Sorry, but
I'm sorry if I made fun of your mother. I'm sorry.
Well, let me just say. Are we just talking about Bethesda in general right now, or just 76?
Just 76 for right now.
Yeah,
Alright, cool. Because I got other things about Bethesda I'd like to talk
What
about.
about like Skyrim? The new Skyrim that's coming out.
Elder Scrolls.
That was the cinematic.
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, they're called Elder
I'm
Scrolls.
sure it's gonna be cool.
I know, but just like
I'm excited for Starfield.
Whatever it may be.
Yeah, it's
But,
brand. It's
so before we move on too far, I had to look up the name because it was that underwhelming. What if the multiplayer is like No Man's Sky? so it's a single player, but it's multiplayer.
hey, you might see another person over that hill. Get some goddamn self-respect.
And you literally meet.
So it's just Fallout without NPCs.
I mean, like,
It's just you.
It'd be a better representation of a nuclear, like, holocaust happening.
I'm so glad you pulled up No Man's Sky, because have you guys heard about No Man's Sky?
They have cars now.
I played it.
Now it's finally multiplayer.
Well, what happened is they ran out of a budget.
Yeah. So now the update's coming out, they're going to be multiplayer. And the thing is, I played No Man's Sky when I had a girlfriend. I know, I played update.
Wait, did No Man's Sky destroy your relationship?
No.
After No Man's Sky,
no,
we didn't
Hentai
talk.
Threats did.
Hentai did. She got tired of it. She's like, stop! Anyways, oh my god, I'm sorry. Anyways.
That was great. Keep going.
No, so
Don't
No Man's
apologize.
Sky, next week they're gonna upload multiplayer, and the entire game I loved playing it, but like there was like nothing to do.
It was sort of
it was just like okay, I'll do a mission. That's it. I mean, I get a cool car. That's it.
Look, the squid
Everything's the same.
monster.
Cool. So now they literally fixed everything, and this game is literally the entire multiplayer experience that I was craving from anything of Star Citizen, if you heard about that game.
Yeah.
From this, Elite Dangerous. This is what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And my friend just got into Elite Dangerous. Like, I kind of want to get No Man's Sky. I'm like, oh, it's not worth it. Shows me the fact that it's multiplayer now. Like, Now I want to get it.
You spaz out.
Shit.
I hear they have cars now. Is that true?
Talking cars?
No
motor?
bad talking.
I mean,
hentai.
Mater?
Oh,
Mater, the
oh my
talking
God.
cars?
Come on in, space soldier.
Can real porn get you a tentacle monster? No, it can't. So, I mean,
CGI maybe.
actually, you know what?
Well, I'm sure it's a good enough art department.
No, actually, I just
No
realized-
bad talking hentai.
No, I just realized Japan literally made live-action tentacle hentai ones.
Really?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
They went there.
How do you know
Of
about
course
this?
they went there.
I
Anyway,
feel like they call
So-
it art house film.
to
Probably.
kind of get
tell
back
you.
on
Let's
track.
go
Alright,
ahead.
Let me tell you about
So,
the things I've seen.
What happened with
Okay.
No Man's Sky was they overpromised and then went, crap, we don't have enough money
We
to
don't
make
have-
everything we promised. So they released it
Jeez.
without everything,
Why?
knowing that people would buy it, and then that money they could use to get it to where it should be, which is where they finally are,
Yeah.
a year in?
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Took them 2
So,
years to figure
which
it out.
is a shame, because now it seems like that's the same approach that Sea of Thieves took, where it was they put out a kind of
I'm
incomplete
kidding.
game, hoping to make enough money to make it a full game.
Yeah.
Which I hope that doesn't become a staple, because imagine how Call of Duty could use that formula.
So, the models aren't finished. We have these blank dolls that kind of shoot each other. The guns aren't there, so you gotta
There's no sound
really,
effects.
yeah, no sound. If you get shot, it's kind of a dicey.
But in 2 years, it's going to be great.
Oh,
So the
Just-
shot- so the story isn't complete yet. We got like the beginning and then like that's
The
not
enemies
it.
are actually
So
clip
is
outs
Sicario
of
too.
Lucky
Yeah,
Charms
Sicario too.
cereal. So you know.
It's actually a Photoshop document, and you move your character around by just transforming him.
You
It
do
only
this for
costs
six,
$1,000
it's
for
a DOS game.
Photoshop, so if we all do it
you
together,
do this
you
for
know,
6 hours,
we all chip
and
in.
maybe with a little imagination, you can have a good time.
Some sparkle dust and happy hour.
And they get a DOS game.
Oh gosh. No.
Oh my god. Alright, what's next?
Next on the list,
Oh my god.
Anthem,
Yeah.
which is
That
a
looks
film
good.
that's been like,
What was
I
that
feel
game
like
again?
it's Anthem. So I feel it's a game that has been like talked about on the scene for a while now. I still know basically nothing about it, having seen like 3 trailers.
Yeah. Which is
It's
kinda good.
it's giving me vibes of Titanfall. It's from watching all the trailers. I feel like
Oh,
it's a
Anthem.
collage of a bunch of different games,
Mhm.
and just them just stirring up a pot and being like, new game.
Yeah, there we go. Can I say something?
So yes,
I think you're right. It's like basically Titanfall and Destiny. I feel those are the 2 games that just combined to make this game. But I think it looks fun.
yes.
And like from the gameplay amounts they're talking about, they seem promising. I don't get it. Maybe I won't. I mean, I don't think
Maybe. Just...
I'd only get it if for some reason within less than a month or so I become like Twitch famous
You did
and I
say-
get funded to do anything I want. I'm like, okay,
Man, I wish we were that right
Well, kinda.
but no.
Not
That's
to
how
a
life
$60
works.
game part, but to a $30 game. Yeah,
No.
we're like
$80.
half here.
You mean new Destiny?
No,
Exactly.
no.
Destiny 2.
So-
Destiny
I feel like the game,
Sorry.
it could be good or it could be bad. It's that kind of thing where I don't think we'll know until people start playing through the entire game.
I think that
So we
goes,
get like the
that goes for
test
it.
dummies to like see like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
Well,
good?
this
So you
goes
should
for
know.
any game.
Before
Literally.
spend money.
That's something we need to know. That like
Mhm.
we can't guess that
Yeah.
it's gonna be good.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
like literally,
Red Dead 2 could suck. I'm just saying.
but
No.
I'm glad there's people on YouTube that just play a game right off the bat, no matter if it's good or bad,
Mhm.
just so you can tell if it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like how you see it, and also like
Oh, you know, sorry, I'm sorry.
And also, just to clarify, Red Dead 2 probably
I'm-
won't
I-
suck
I get-
before we
yeah.
get those comments.
We don't know.
But
I'm sorry.
I just
May never know.
Steam had this big old sale, and you know me, I have a toaster for a PC, and I got 2 games that I mean like I can't play them now, but when I do get my PC, Rust and Just Cause 3. I really because that has multiplayer online. It has
oh
multiplayer.
that'd be fun.
Oh, like actual, not mod this time?
No, it's a mod.
That'd be,
It's still multiplayer, so it's
Yeah.
like, why not?
that'd be
I
wizard,
remember,
dude.
I remember that happened with like the second game. I wasn't sure if they
Dude,
actually added.
Just Cause 2 multiplayer is the funnest thing, and somehow it runs on my computer. But it's so good. Oh my god, I can't tell you enough about that game. It's so fun.
I wish I didn't.
Well,
have
yeah,
the
Like,
Just Cause
what I would
4.
do is I'd just spawn above an airport.
Yeah.
I'd spawn a big old jumbo jet, and I just launch it straight into the ground of like one person standing there. I just, like, just get right in there.
This guy annoyed me at Starbucks, so you know.
Yeah. You can have 2 chain guns on your 2 hands for some reason. Just like dual weld chain guns.
It's great.
I wish I could play that game, but I have a MacBook.
I know, Rust, I'm so excited. I've been seeing so many gameplay elements for that. Just cocking myself because I can't play it yet.
I know, right?
But I'm so excited to play it because I want to be a naked man running in the wild, chopping people in half.
Yeah.
I think that's called nudist.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally want to be a nudist.
No,
But that's another thing. That's just another side.
Anyways,
let's move on.
Working on right now.
I mean, think about it. Like, to live in a world where you can be a nudist just sounds like it sounds like a peaceful place.
It's a peaceful realm.
It'd be much more breezy.
City skylines. I've seen so many people on my
Shitty
friends
skylines.
have that. Shitty skylines. Tucson, shitty skylines. No, they're not.
Hey.
Anyways, but city skylines. I hear so many good things about it, but I never played.
Yeah. I want to play it
Kind
too.
of in that same boat.
Yeah.
So I got this game called Superpower 2, which is this game from like 2003. It's like a world strategy game. It's super complex to the point where it just sucks to play. I haven't played it yet. But I just saw this video of someone taking over Germany, making everything illegal, and then bombing India. And I was so confused.
Wait, what?
I was so
I
confused.
just heard bombing India. And just like,
What did India do?
No, like someone made Germany and like made everything like women's suffrage illegal, being Jewish. Okay, I see what they're doing now.
Just now.
But no, like I like to think it's like literally everything is illegal. Like you can't eat food.
Do you think like?
Basically.
Do you think like in their eyes it's like this?
You
is
dare
perfect.
shit without permission?
You got a permit for that shit?
I like how far you got in that story
For being Jewish.
You can't be
before going, oh.
It all makes sense.
So
now.
no-
Then there are
Oh,
these
so that's
camps
bad.
where they burn people.
I just remember
yeah.
the guy just launched these A. Lamau missiles, is what he called them. A. Lamau made 420 of them and launched them at a population level. I'm like, okay, I'll buy this. So it was great. It was only $4. I recommend it.
I want to buy it now.
That's a great price.
It's just like
Dude,
being a fucking country.
it can run on anything, literally. If you have,
So is it like a DOS game where it's like basically anybody can play it?
yeah,
Awesome.
Oh god.
it's like
I'd buy
getting
it.
Sims 1. So it's like,
Wait,
yes,
can you make diseases?
I hope.
Because I want to make a lot of dumbass.
If that's not a
What's this game
feature,
called?
it's only getting a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
What's this game called again?
Superpower 2.
Power 2. I
Yeah,
love
you
that.
can't even-
But it's so complex, like I don't know how to play it. So it's like,
like if you could.
So
You don't know if you can or can't make a disease because you haven't gotten that far in.
So, like,
could
it's
or
like-
couldn't.
It's like you have a
Commits
game
genocide.
about literally being able to make world domination and wars and stuff, and then you focus on diplomacy. It's like, oh no, oh wait a minute. And it's
I
like
could
tariffs, trades. You're like, oh.
Oh, I can see what you mean. Like I'm looking at a screenshot. And this is what I see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty tough looking. Confusing. So many things to read.
Just so many new like statistics.
Blow it up.
Statisticals. But yes.
I remember.
Okay.
Anyway, so
So,
what's next?
Yeah.
next on the list
How'd you
is
look
a
for
game
ya?
that absolutely confuses me. Battlefield 5?
I know.
It's
Battlefield 5.
What? So I did a reaction to the trailer, and the whole time I was going, oh, they're going this direction, no, this direction, that, huh, what?
They're having
Where are
some.
you going?
I
In an
lost
alternate
it.
universe
Yeah.
where gay, lesbian, transgender Muslim people can shoot in this war.
I
You
What?
really? Why not just?
Yeah.
no.
Oh
I
yeah, they
think-
also got robot arms and a ninja sword and a tank with a shark on the head.
So
Just
I
your
went,
face.
I went into that trailer
Like,
knowing nothing
It's
about
like an
it.
alien thing, just like
I could
weird
not
how
predict
little
what
fits your
war it
face.
was based off that trailer.
I think it's just some sort of alternative history kind
It's
of
a
thing.
fan
That's
See,
exactly
but
what
my
it is. It's a
thinking with that
fanfic.
is why
It's
didn't
a
they go
fanfic.
farther with that?
So no.
I would have gone totally. Watching the trailer, I was like, I would believe it if I just saw a dinosaur run out of a forest.
That'd be
I'd
cool.
like, yeah, cool.
You know
I
what-
think they need to go
Yeah.
further with it, like more Horizon Zero Dawn even.
I just thought of something because
I love Horizon Zero Dawn.
Battlefield 4 that took place modern times, right?
Yep.
Or maybe
Yeah.
even like a couple days after modern times or something like that.
Yeah, basically.
If it was 5, and if we're dealing with robot arms, what if we dealt with like post-apocalyptic and like they were just brought back to like the 50s ages? I don't know, with technology.
What
Like,
if
they
it's
have
World War II 2?
Oh my.
Hold on.
Hitler
like,
strikes
The
back.
apocalypse happens,
Hitler.
and then it's all of history again.
Yeah.
So just like we're dealing with the Germans again, or just like what's the deal
Really?
here?
What?
You guys always
mean
making a
neo-Nazis,
mess of
right?
things.
It's not specifically the Germans. It's
It's like
not.
the game for itself.
there.
No.
History repeats itself.
War never changes.
Oh, I saw this
Like
thing about
Fallout 4.
I saw this thing about Fallout 76. It's like the beginning is a whole bunch of nukes go off so much that humanity is sent to the Stone Ages, and then eventually it gets to the Iron Ages, and you start off in a as a prisoner getting carried into the thing, and it says Elder Scrolls Skyrim. So I was like,
Very nice. Very nice.
That's great.
Oh yeah, you mean the theory where like both of them are connected, sort of shit?
I think it's
no,
it's
like
not
a stupid
officially
text,
confirmed, but
that's-
they like to hint at that.
Yeah, but just
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just like those two, just like they mentioned it many times before. Just like I'm just saying, they're both kind of similar.
Back to
Just
Battlefield.
Shitty engine. I'm just saying, folks. I'm just saying.
How much would it surprise you if one of the various characters they came in on a big truck, like from Mad Max, that guy with the big amp?
Okay.
Oh yes.
What if that was a character you could play
So
as?
with that game, I have not a clue what to expect from it. I'm just so confused by that game.
No, that's Rage 2.
Can you guys
Like-
talk about Battlefield 5?
I don't think the stream
Yeah.
catched up. I think
So-
the stream is still catching up.
I can't get into it.
I can't get it up.
But anyway, so
Besides the point.
anyway,
No.
so yeah,
For
Battlefield
Jerry.
5.
I need to eat.
I have not a clue what to expect from, especially after Battlefield 1. Like,
Yeah, that
personally, I really enjoyed that game, but it's like seeing Battlefield 1, then seeing the trailer for Battlefield 5, and playing Battlefield 4. I'm like,
I'm lost.
What is happening?
What the fuck happened?
I'm having a seizure. Stop this.
Is this some coma shit?
Is
This isn't real, is it?
this lost?
This is a prank.
Is this Wasp with the weird ending?
like, yeah, you got the robot arm, samurai sword, freaking General Zod in the trailer.
Is it a tank with
A
his
tank
face?
that looks like World War II. They're in like what looks like Cybertron from the last night. And I'm just so confused by what's
Are you
going
sure
on
that
in
is
that trailer.
Cybertron?
It's like a surrealist Battlefield.
So
What?
who knows? Go ahead.
Sorry, no. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, that's basically what I was gonna say.
Who
Who
knows?
knows what to expect from that?
Who knows?
So,
I was thinking, what if there's like a war game that takes place in like the Mesopotamia ages or like the Dark Ages,
Ooh,
where it's like
I'd be down.
when the Dark Ages you had iron and stuff. I'm talking about like where everybody only wore leather and like hit each other with stones.
Oh,
fun.
like,
I wonder
But then again,
Call of
Rust.
Duty
I'm not gonna-
Mesopotamia.
I'm not
they're
gonna-
gonna say the people who play Call of Duty. Like, oh,
I thought you were gonna be talking.
our
about
enemy's
the
making
Crusades
something
for
called
a
the
second.
Black
that'd be awesome.
Plague.
But then it was like, oh wait, no,
There's
that's
games on Crusade.
Yeah,
I'm not
there's
gonna lie,
like
that sounds like a
Empire.
game you would make, man. I'm not.
I want to make games. That's fun. But I mean, like, I'm poor. Fund me.
You'll figure it out.
It's fine.
I'll
Go
fund
fund
you
me on
through
my
Patreon.
Patreon.
Go find me on my Patreon. I'll make me hentai.
You just look at that.
No, it's just like hentai on a piece of paper that you take a
Please.
photo of on your phone.
I made this.
Your hand over a watermark, please.
You can fap to if you want.
Oh god.
It's just a stick figure of you. How do you sign this?
Nobody has to know.
Oh, god.
So moving
Into a
from
photo
hentai to
with
Yeah.
smashing,
Jesus.
Smash Bros.
Yeah, boy, I want
Yeah.
final
Everybody-
Waluigi isn't in the game, and I'm pissed.
Everybody's here. Shut up.
Everybody, the Waluigi support group.
It doesn't count.
But Sakurai, not everybody. Everybody that matters.
Oh, you know that little part in the trailer where that pterodactyl guy's killing Mega Man?
Oh, you mean
Killed
How do you
Mario
think that
too.
talk went down with Nintendo and Capcom reps? So we're very glad you let us borrow him.
But why?
Here's what we plan to do with him right now.
He's dead.
I
See,
can't believe
what they
Ridley
do is
Scott's
they
in
put
this
him
game.
in the game first, and then make the trailer.
Don't worry, Mario got hit a little bit.
I mean, he took his hat, so he'll be fine. But
Oh yeah, like
Mario's just like,
Mega Man got stabbed in the
Oh,
chest.
Metroid, you know.
You fucking impale like an alien.
Yeah.
How come that Metroid folk got some stay, but not me?
Yeah. One thing, I'm really glad Snake's back, and
Oh, yeah.
he was a fun character from Brawl.
Snake's back, but
Can
not
I
that
just
ass.
say?
Not the not the ass. His
They
ass
literally
was been
erased
reduced.
it.
They did like a flattening. They did like a
They
flattening.
turned to Hank Hill.
Can I just say that like
God damn
Samus,
it.
like how they designed her, like they kind of like fixed her up a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
she's
better
now
design.
like what a realistic slender blonde person would
Yeah,
look
but
like.
it's
It's
like,
like
other
Spiderman.
time it's just like and now
Oh,
it's just
come
like,
to save
either-
This is in the way.
Can I point out that was just you screaming and going, ha!
like
Just doing this and screaming.
I feel
That
like
This
was
is a good
how
stream.
you described
When I
that.
have
Like,
to control this place,
Who can I see that?
I'll see you. Later.
Okay.
Why did I trust you?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, those are the
Approved.
colors that you wear.
Anyways.
Please
like,
donate to Children's Miracle Network.
Please
Please.
do.
We want to be more mature.
Are you sure?
Not really, but anyways.
This is not really half the
I'll
switch.
pray.
Adopt me and let me play on your Switch. Then we have a deal.
Pay me. Pay me to adopt me and play.
Pay me in gum, and I will provide for the family.
Like what?
Milk.
Milk.
And
I
hentai.
lactate. No, sorry.
But anyway.
Pay me my net worth.
Drawing
of
hentai.
$6.
Just lactated.
It's
But
just
like-
stick figures and a tentacle.
I mean,
like-
I'll like clean the house. I'll do the. Oh, I mean, I'm Mexican, so
I'll
I guess
clean
I'll do
the-
landscaping. But like,
Paint the house.
I'll paint the house.
You know.
I'll
My
wear,
best
like,
friend-
I'll wear like a bandana on my head and be
God
like
damn it,
angry
Chris.
all the time.
So Smash.
Speak in Spanish of how much you hate
I'm
this.
excited for it. I like Smash. It's a fun game.
I hope everyone gets to
I
Smash
don't
if
have
you know
a-
what I mean.
I love Smash.
I don't have a Switch, so I can't
Becky,
really
let
play
me
it.
smash.
I've never played Smash Bros. Actually.
Really?
Bitch.
Yeah, really.
What?
I haven't either, but
Literally,
I'm a
last
fan of it.
the only time I was at your house, we played Smash Bros.
Yeah, we played Melee, right?
Oh, Melee.
Yeah,
All of you.
all of you.
I mean, Luke, can we announce what we're...
Plan on doing. Oh yeah,
Coming
yeah.
out of the closet.
I knew
We're
it.
finally doing it.
I had my
Get this
suspicion.
500. If you do 500 likes, we'll come out of the closet. If not, then we're just gonna be very suppressed and angry about it.
Like, yeah,
I just
guess
want-
nothing changes.
Nobody understands
Yeah.
me.
Why do you think I always stream
Did I
on this
mention this is
podcast?
a charity live stream for Children's Miracle Network? So
Do
if
for
you've not
kids.
donated already, please...
God.
Should I announce it? So thing.
Yeah, announce it.
Suppose.
So there's a possibility of doing a Smash Brothers Wii U tournament.
Holy
For
shit.
Just Few Studios.
Yeah, for Just
That's
Few Studios.
awesome.
For anybody who wants to be in it.
I want
Yeah,
to be
the
in it.
Bean Boozled tournament went so well that we never finished, so we're already moving on to our next tournament.
Oh, yeah, no,
Same
no,
here.
just-
I'd like to see this.
So-
Turn into a different
Yes,
madness,
it's been in the talks for a while now, and I think
Oh,
we're at a point where we can actually confirm it. Smash Bros. Tournament.
Yeah, I think I
Cool.
remember
I'm down
we
for that.
talked about on the 23rd
I
possibly.
want to be a little Kirby.
I wanna
be a cowboy, baby.
I want to be a cowboy.
I want to be Wallace.
And it might be
Scream.
the first event that's specifically the Tucson branch of Just Few Studios.
Yeah, that could it
There's
could be.
other branches?
There's going to be. So,
oh, okay.
because I'm actually moving in not too long. So I'm going to be starting up a new branch of Just Few Studios.
Oh, and then who's
Yeah.
gonna take care of? Or-
Willie, actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
I,
Yeah.
Willie's-
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
I can't take charge. I'm the art director.
So Willie's...
I only draw.
yeah.
So that would be kind of the first
Yeah.
big event that I am just kind of taking more of a backseat role on.
Okay.
So that would be dope.
You're gonna yell at
Like,
people
I'm
like
just
a
a-
Jewish mother.
Like,
Chris, I want to
the
play with
animation
you,
and art
senpai.
director.
I don't
Yeah.
have a Switch though.
Like,
Just
I
send
have
us a
money
for the
freaking
art
text.
director and just,
I-
like,
We'll schedule it
art
out.
department area.
Yeah, you could be part of
I
our.
can't do
You
it.
could be part of our live stream if you want.
That'd
Yeah.
be
Do it.
killer.
Yeah, oh yeah, just like
KO, am I right?
I'm telling you right now, though, he'll probably win the tournament if you guys invite him. So
Shit.
just giving
Right,
that
right.
fair warning.
We'll handicap him.
Oh, really?
We'll
I
break his
challenge
thumbs.
you, Obama.
So you can use three
Kim
fli-
Jong Un. Let's
So-
duel.
you can use
For
three
America.
fingers and have to have your tongue out all the time and half of an eye.
Also, have to
Play
break your
Pokemon,
thumbs.
play Yu-Gi-Oh. Where's my blue eye?
Okay.
Blue
So
eye
anything
dragon.
else for Smash to talk about? Any other Smash talk?
Just I'm excited for it. I'm really excited for it. I just like it does. For me, the one thing, it just kind of feels a little bit like it's the same game. Like
It
some of the
is.
graphic aspects just seem.
Yeah.
It
Like-
is.
I'd argue
Yeah.
there's multiple Switch games that are kind of like it's the new game,
But
but
It's
yeah,
the same platform.
then again, I guess graphics have been increasing better.
Technically,
Yeah,
it's
and we don't totally know.
Could call it a new game.
But yeah, I guess there's that. I guess it's just for me since I'm fuck off. with
Okay.
that. But I guess it's more just being used to
Oh.
when Smash was coming out. It was
He's
just
going over here. He's gonna attack.
all right. I'm on my
He's
way,
gonna
Nick.
beat me. Oh no!
Shit.
And then he's gonna
The
beat
Titans
you.
are coming.
Oh my
God! How am I gonna get beat?
Because he hates you the most.
Gonna
Shit.
fly.
Luke
up
hit
on
the
face.
buzzer. So what were you saying?
Sorry.
I guess that feeling is more just from the fact that I started off with Melee and that was GameCube era, and then I saw Wii as wow, and
Brawl was
and-
so good.
and then except for the tripping though, that part was.
Except for the art design, looking back at it, is not aged well.
I think Brawl's the
Yeah.
only one I've played.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
But yeah, then Brawl to Wii U was again, whereas this one's
be a
similar.
stretch.
It just kind of looks the same.
Yeah, by the way, we've almost gone for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
12 hours.
Well,
We started at 9 a.m.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We came
You
here
were,
like
I was
around
here since
2.
9 a.m.
Yeah, I thought you guys started when I came here. I was like,
No.
scusi.
But
You've been here for a
that's all
while.
I have to say.
Scusi paisano. Como se dice?
But
Oh,
and this is
I
also
thought
looking
it was
like it's
Mario
going to be the
Show.
longest episode of the J4U Podcast.
Yeah.
We're at 2.5 hours.
The
and we
J4U
still got more
film.
stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That'd be great, actually. That'd be
So-
cool.
So what else we got?
Dying.
Death Stranding.
That's what I want to talk about because I'm actually
Oh,
really
that
excited.
Wait, what happened?
I'm so
Death
excited.
Stranding, the one with the guy who plays
Norman Reedus. It's Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus.
Daryl, who
Mhm.
plays Daryl from
Daryl.
Walking Dead.
Oh,
I've
Also,
seen
Guillermo
very
del
little
Toro.
stuff about it.
Yes.
wait,
And
what's the next game we're talking about? I'm sorry.
Death Stranding.
That game.
Oh, okay,
Directed by Hideki
This-
Kojima.
This game confuses me.
Hideki Anno.
Mr. Kabuki Mash.
But
All those samurai games.
anyways, I'm actually like, again, it's a case of I'll probably won't be able to play because I don't have the money to buy a console or, yeah. But I really like Hideo Kojima's like way of creating games, and I just like the fact that it's not Metal Gear at this point. So he's like, this is the first time in a while where he's like, I'm just gonna create something new, and he just made it the fucking weirdest thing. At least from what we see from advertisements. Maybe by it when the game comes out, it's like, oh yeah, that makes total sense. Where there's a baby who shows his fucking butt in someone's like intestines.
Hey, wake up, I need you.
Oh, that
But
game.
also,
by the way.
in the last trailer, this girl ate like this worm thing.
Yeah,
Oh
what
yeah,
the
that
fuck
girl.
was that?
Also, that's an actress I know. And I was like,
cool.
She cool.
She's cool.
she cool.
she
She's
ate that
thick.
bug like
Sorry,
nothing.
I don't know.
What,
I've
dude?
never seen her before.
Actually, yeah.
Helen?
But I'm just like, I'm so curious though, like as to what even is this game. It's like the Cloverfield of like video games. It's like I don't know what the fuck this is, but it looks interesting, and I want to see
Speaking of
it.
which, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Cloverfield, the new one. What do you think about it?
I like it, and everyone hates it. I don't know why.
I don't like
Same
it.
here. Like
I like
it gets cheesy, but like I love it. Still, it's good.
It's like kind of like
It's a weird timeline.
it's not like Alien. It's more like just kind of like
It's so
supernatural sci-fi horror kind of.
I think it's all right, but I'm more excited for the actual sequel.
See, now I'm
Yeah.
in the same boat as you then. Because that's kind of how as soon as that came over on the Super Bowl, I was like loading up Netflix, and I literally was like, refresh.
Same here.
That was the same for
Refresh.
me. I was excited.
So
for
I
that.
saw immediately, watched the entire
We
thing,
called you that.
and
day.
ended going, okay. Like, in terms of the 3 Cloverfield movies, it's probably third on my
Yeah,
list.
Definitely.
It's second for me, I'd say.
Yo,
But
I
I
just
wouldn't
thought-
say that it's bad.
Cloverfield.
Yes,
ARG.
the ARG.
ARG. Oh
I
yeah,
just
I
think
remember you and Chris were.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
This is
all
just
over that
me.
shit.
What's the ARG?
Ooh,
Alternate reality game. Oh, they made
did
that
you
again.
not know the stuff for the original Cloverfield
No,
movies? And for...
Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane. I
Yeah.
was keeping up with that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was so
Yeah, I
confusing.
know all about
They
you
made
Chris
explain
and I
that
all the
shit to
time.
me.
They made another one?
I
It's more than alright. Like, watch it.
I myself. Now, I don't think this
Stop.
make the movie better,
Okay.
but you know that guy who loses his arm in that?
Yes.
That's my
What if he
fucking
just
arm.
crawled up on his shoulder and it's just his pet?
That'd be
Yes,
fun.
It just
Like,
So-
like he just like strokes him like, what are you doing here?
Army, Tarmy.
takes little rabbit shits.
You know, I thought he
It's
said,
an
you know
arm.
how I had to do it to him, but no, that's not what he said.
Damn it!
I know. I thought he said I got really happy, but
I was so.
he didn't do it to us. He didn't do it to
He
us.
got his arm.
I
broke, so-
swear to God, he didn't do nothing, boss.
I did it.
Augmented reality game. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I know.
Augmented reality.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I thought it was. It's one.
I-
It's, I feel like with a lot of the movies we talked about, it's one of those movies that I thought was good. I enjoyed it. I had problems with it, but overall, I thought it was good.
For the longest time, I thought the movie that was gonna be another Cloverfield sequel was gonna have zombie Nazis.
Well, is that the next one?
No.
I haven't-
Apparently that's a movie
which-
by the same director or something like that.
Yeah.
Produced by J.J. Abrams, but it's not gonna be that.
I don't know.
Interesting.
It's
Is
called
God Particle
Overlord.
the next one, or what's the next
God
one?
Particle was
I thought this was.
no.
I think.
I'm trying to remember. I haven't looked into the Cloverfield
No, that's
stuff
what-
in a long time.
That's what
The code name was for
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what Paradox was codenamed as.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, no one knows what the title is,
What's,
but they know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you.
Like, see,
Okay.
this
Hey.
is what I'm talking about.
What is?
What you just said.
I didn't hear what
What
you
did I
said.
say? What?
What? What's up?
What'd you say?
Speak up.
You said I'll touch you.
When did I say that?
This is workplace harassment.
This is a
I'm
workplace.
complaining
Oh, no.
right now.
I'll complain about you later.
Oh no.
To my work
I'll
members.
clean like your mom today.
So next topic.
All right,
So we're
cool.
not talking about
Next
the
topic.
topics right
Next
now.
topic.
You guys
Got
shop
it.
there? I do.
Let's just continue, I guess.
Next.
Boy, do I wish I had a PS4, because next we're talking about Spider-Man.
Okay, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
My turn to talk.
Gio, go.
If it's not Spider-Man 2, it's
Okay.
not shit.
So after seeing through the whole thing with Sony's like E3 thing with all the weird music stuff with the banjo and just the weird flute thing. I don't know the
And
name.
Kazooie.
That was fun.
Also, lesbian kissing. That too.
Yeah.
What was the problem?
We finally get
No,
like
oh,
a little bit
wait,
of
was
like
Oh, you guys talking about
A
issues? Oh, no, that wasn't an issue.
we get a bit of a more like mystery type of
I
feel.
like that, actually.
Like
They did it.
for one, we get the
Illustrated.
like Sinister Six. And I'm excited for that. But there's this one like mysterious like character that they don't show. Like
The
there's
Arkham Knight.
yeah, the Arkham Knight, Red Hood,
It's
confirmed
too.
to be in the Sony game.
too.
Yeah. And I'm really curious to see like how they're taking it because like they like talked about this like everybody knows who he is. We don't need to do an origin story. It's just it's just him in his mid-20s dealing with stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but there's a bigger picture towards this with like Kingpin no longer being in the picture and being thrown to jail, and now like something's changing with the city and all that with this new villain that I can't remember his name. What's his name?
He's black and white.
Too.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank
I
you.
really wish I had a
God.
PS4.
Yeah.
I wish I had a
I'll tell you
PS4
how it
too.
I'd
is.
spend way much.
A
I'd
PS4
spend so
quadruple.
much more money if
Okay.
I had a PS4 instead of an Xbox. I'm gonna say that right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take
But-
your Xbox. I'll take it off your hands for free.
Do it for the
I'll do
team.
the Puerto Rican yoink. I'm sorry, that was, it's in the family. I'm sorry. No, but legit, I've been just looking
Yeah.
for.
But
You want an extra
I
hand?
am really excited to see what
I'll
they're
take an
doing
Xbox.
because like
I'll take an Xbox.
what I can tell
I'm
is
gonna
just
get rid of
like
Xbox
what I've seen about the gameplay
360.
and what they talked about
They
is just
have,
like there's like an
PS2
upgrade thing, kind of like an RPG thing. Just like you get to upgrade your web shooters, get to upgrade like some senses and all that. About like some other stuff that I heard of, which is pretty weird but interesting to see how they're gonna do it.
You can even craft new suits.
Yeah,
Can you
Yes,
crack
I have
diamonds?
seen that.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh.
And I am curious to kind of like see what they're gonna do and all that because I know like if you pre-order for like $80, you get Iron
See-
Spider, the Punk British one, and Mysterious.
And
one.
I'm the dummy who, if I had a PS4, I'd do that instantly.
Yeah.
Like, I'd totally pre-order, like, deluxe edition, the
I mean,
That'd
full
be
package
me.
immediately.
even
Like,
if you don't, pre-order it, that stuff's still in the game.
It's just
You
hard to
just really
get.
had to
I don't
grind
care.
for it.
I still pre-order it.
This
The heck
makes
I
sense.
love
game is
it.
basically
Like, I
Dark Souls.
And oh yeah, and the homemade suits, the homemade suit too, which I'm actually like curious about if they'll add more homemade suits, kind of like from the past movies and all that, which would, like the Andrew Garfield or the Tobey Maguire. I would like that. That would have been interesting to
How's
see.
the new way to
Like,
secretly try to convert
which
the
the
government
potentials
into-
for DLCs for this game are endless.
Exactly, because like since we're introduced with Miles Morales in the game,
Mhm.
like I'm serious, like I'm kind
Yeah.
of curious, like is he gonna become a Spider-Man? Like,
Well, even because people have said, like, the game takes place in New York, Hell's Kitchen is part of the game.
Oh,
They could do a
yeah.
Daredevil DLC.
yeah, since like Kingpin is in there, or just like you never
Like,
know.
There's so many potentials.
Oh, definitely.
And that's what I'm excited about because like
video, like, out of context.
who knows, maybe like
Wait.
Gwen Stacy, I don't know, like
Wait, is there
it could do
context?
anything. 'cause,
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm
There isn't,
super
like,
curious
out
about
of,
this.
like, I didn't
I
know
would
who
really
it
like to
was.
know more, but all I know is that there's a bad guy
The fact that-
that you gotta fight, and the Sinister Six, and there's a mysterious character that I can probably guess who it is.
I'd spend so
Mysterio.
much money.
Sorry.
I'd spend
sorry.
all the money
I'm
if
sorry,
I had a
man.
PS4.
I'm sorry.
Please invest in me. I will do things.
Invest in the economy.
Please.
I will work for you. Please.
In
How
more
much?
ways than one.
Okay,
What
Joe
is your- what
Crew.
is your
Why,
wage?
thank you. I
My
appreciate
wage,
that.
$0.00
Yeah, well,
currently.
This is actually.
You're not wrong.
Better
I
make minimum
mean,
wage
look at
now.
us.
0 cents point one.
Look at us.
Anyway,
It's like a joke.
Look
at
this
me.
one I
Yes,
don't know
you're right.
anything about, and I don't even recognize looking at it on the list.
So-
Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, it's Cyberpunk.
Oh.
You guys can take over.
You guys-
T-shirt.
Yeah.
I kind of like this.
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
you know I like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm interested in this game.
No, Cyberpunk has always been my favorite genre.
Yeah, same
Especially
here.
growing up with like stuff from like late '90s and stuff, where it's all the acid techno stuff.
Yeah.
Which was like the later revival. They tried, like that's when Cyberpunk was dying. Like no, come back up, come back. But it's like it's suffering, so it's like okay, all right, okay.
Kill me, please.
Let it die. Now it's coming back. We got.
Who's the leader?
This boy right
That
here.
man right
This
there.
man is our god.
Yeah.
It's actually the cat that's not in the tree right now. That's what they're trying to
that's
point
true.
to.
Really?
Yeah.
He's pulling the strings on this operation.
But no,
The real fat
Cyberpunk
cat
He's
is
is
controlling
I
Nick
love
right
that
now
genre.
as we speak.
I literally did a college report on Cyberpunk, and that was probably my favorite. The guy's favorite thing that I wrote.
That's
It was
awesome.
fun. It was fun. But like, there's so much stuff behind it.
How's
it going, boys?
Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
But Cyberpunk, I love that stuff. I ate it up every day. Just like insulin. Just put that shit on my
Yeah,
system.
see, you get it.
Yeah. See, he gets it.
The Chad
Wait, who is
the virgin
wait.
sofa? Get off! I want that.
Wait, who is this?
I love that.
I love this.
That's
Thank
so
you.
much better than sitters
The
not
Chad
critters.
chairs versus the Virgin
Crouton
Sofa.
I
croutons.
love it.
I love it. Thank you, man.
That's astronomically
This
better
is a
than
good
the team
description
names
of
before.
us.
Dude, all I want to do is like actually like do the edits of the chat and stuff, but their bottom halves are sitting down at a chair and a sofa. I just need to do that.
This is
great.
perfect. You got a good description of us. Thank
But,
you.
Cyberpunk 2077. It's more just a
cheers.
cinematic at this point, right?
So, well, we don't. There's nothing we have yet.
Yeah.
We'll see. I just love Cyberpunk.
I
And
like
I'm glad
the
it's
environment.
popular. Oh yeah, it looks good. It's like
Oh my god, this is great.
Yeah, I hope it's like very kind of like open to whatever you can do. And if it's just like doing one thing, then that's fine. If that's the case, then make it a detective like action game because that's all I want. Because War Runner.
The
The only
art
reason
design
I'm interested.
changed so much after this E3 and the last E3 that was on. Changed so much. But yeah, Cyberpunk 2020, 4400,
2049.
2049, and 420. I'm excited. What's that, Akana? Total power pose.
So anyway, boys, continue talking.
All right.
JoJo.
So we have to do the virgin.
Yep.
We have to do
Let
the
me also
virgin
just-
pose. Okay.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Don't do it!
What?
I'm not ready!
No, keep talking. Come on.
Okay,
Come
cool.
on.
Anyways.
Let's talk while we're making this pose.
Alright, so what's the next topic?
So oh god, that was so close to my ears. I forgot how loud they were.
Go next to my ear. I want to see. I want to see.
Or
Could
just
you
where
put
is
your
that?
damn lights down?
That's weird.
Hi.
Actually,
Yeah, my God.
Crabs.
that's the last thing we have on the agenda.
Oh.
So,
So now it's time for twink torture. And
Wait,
I'm,
what?
I'm gonna have to die. You guys are gonna have to do it to me, you know?
Get the wire cable.
Get the wire cables. and,
Last few thoughts.
well,
The
That's
Starfield.
right.
Big
So-
fucking tease.
answer your question. This is actually a charity live stream that we're doing on both YouTube
Yeah.
and Twitch right now.
Yes.
So basically, go to our page on Children's Miracle Network. I can put it down in the chat, and you can either donate or share the stream with your friends. Granted, we're about to end the stream. We've been going for almost 7 minutes away from 12 hours.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
I suppose we shall end it at 7 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean we have to, right?
It's
Yeah.
metaphorical.
I've just been here for like 6, so it's fine.
Same here. So how about buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah, again.
Yeah.
By the way, we'll have to drive you home, Rafael.
Fights.
What?
We'll have to drive you home.
Yeah.
Okay.
and also
Or
the
got
buttons
you.
make
I
sounds.
I just
Gotta pick
drove
my
you.
ride.
Oh. I mean, I drove here too. So we'll see. How much y'all raise?
So
110
this is
at the
actually-
moment, I think.
No, it's as of right now,
Good
80,
stuff, guys.
85 from right now. But this is actually day one of. We have
Wait, no,
15
no.
more days.
Oh, okay,
They
cool.
ch-
I
did you
drink
say
beers
85?
for like,
Yeah.
oh.
No, it changed on my
Oh, it
end.
changed?
Not bad, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
let's
went to
check.
180. Like 110, I mean.
Really?
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 Okay. That's-
Really?
Refresh.
Sorry.
Yeah,
boy.
I'm
Prove it! I dare you!
I bet that's not true.
Oh god, freaking gamer gear.
Yeah, you're right. 110.
Oh.
Wow.
Hey.
So let's talk about what we'll have to do at the end of the month.
Okay, what do we have to do? Do I gotta shave my legs? Because I'll shave my legs.
Wax.
Wax.
It's not
Wax.
I'll do it! I'll do it! I'll do it for the team!
I'll
110.
sit this one out.
All the
Right.
stuff from before.
You have to do
Also,
it.
hot
No.
sauce shots.
No, you have to.
Hot sauce shots. Oh
Yes.
boy.
Oh, I can do that.
And we're $15 away from another merch giveaway.
Oh boy.
So, yeah.
I'm Piper Perry.
Last thoughts about E3. Starfield, big fucking tease. I didn't like that.
What are you guys doing?
Doom 2. I hope that's really kick-ass.
Ooh.
It's so mean, but it's
I
so
didn't
funny.
even hear about that. That's awesome.
Doom 2. I was super caught off guard on that.
The Rage 2 performance, I hated the
Jews?
No.
I hated the Jews in that audience.
I hated the audience. I hated them so. I hate them so much.
They were really stiff.
They were just like
which audience?
The Bethesda one.
Yeah, they sucked.
Yeah.
What is it? Give us free shit.
They had a party legend, and they just
Andrew
stood
WK
there.
is just literally sweating his ass
Destroy
off.
this motherfucking
and he was just like banging his head, playing the piano like a badass, but everyone's just like,
Oh, very nice.
What if like,
where's
he was
Fallout?
actually banging his head?
I only asked for Fallout here.
Why can't we just rage about Fallout?
You know what's stupid? They
And Elder
cheered
Scrolls.
more about, and it glows in the dark.
Yeah!
Fuck yeah! Wow!
Actually,
Better than sex!
I just remember something.
That's the virgin couch.
That's the funniest thing.
Wow, I smell a lot of urgency.
I got something I just remembered I want to talk about.
sorry.
That could be like our ending statement.
Okay.
The best thing about E3 was when there was a moment when there was like something that showed like, new Gears of War. Oh, everyone was really excited. I don't care personally, but like everyone was excited. And then something exploded, and then Funko Pops.
Oh my god.
Gears of War!
And then
Funko
like
Pops.
everybody, like for every stream I saw this for, was collectively like, yeah.
Everybody was so happy up until the Funko Pop, the big ass fucking head showed up.
Okay,
and
one
just
thing.
like-
Funko Pops are cute and all, but what is the point of them? Why are they so popular?
They're just
What made
fun.
them so popular?
I think it's the fact that they do everything.
Yeah.
So it's like a safe investment that if you start collecting, there's gonna be more. Whereas
They
if
have a
you
problem.
do a different company, you won't
Just
have
need to
that
stop.
consistency.
I just don't have enough room. I don't need to give my room any more room for dolls. You know, I get it. It's a figure, but
I
it's
want
like
that Funko Pop alien though.
I have that, actually.
But
Yeah.
alas, I digress. Take it away.
So thank you guys for an awesome charity live stream. Keep in mind, you guys can continue donating. You can get this year's merch. This is last year's merch that I'm wearing right now. And thank you guys for 4,000 subs on YouTube.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we
We did it on
did
the
it.
stream. We did it on this cool podcast.
Yeah, and our 6-year birthday is at the end of the charity event.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah.
basically, last day of the event is our birthday. Or like second to last,
Wait, you
something like
You
that.
started at 2012?
Yes.
I think I started mine in 2010, but I only posted like.
Actually, we started in 3005. Hold up.
Oh wait.
Hold up.
We went back and then kept on going.
But yeah, so
Crack.
this was
I'm
a really great event. 12 hours. Last year, I think we hit 9. So
Neat.
we did 3 hours more stuff. And yeah, I'm tired, but we did some good stuff.
I'm
so,
tired too.
Good job, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
good.
stall because we
You
have
did
2
good.
more minutes.
Okay, want me to do some
Moon
Well,
Crash
what notes do you
DLC
guys
for-
have for
for-
this year's event? What did you? Because this was your first
Oh, yeah,
charity
that
live
first
stream for
time.
Just Free Studios. Your first one at Just Free Studios charity live stream.
First one of that. Yes.
Second
Second
video,
right here.
Second
and then
No.
you guys were here last year. So
Yeah.
what was your thoughts?
I thought it went better. I didn't have like a full breakdown of Uno and left.
It was
for, like,
more
half of it.
divided.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was more like it was more divided because like they haven't played before and I liked it, so I'm just gonna if I ever play Uno, I'm just gonna invite them. So
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
Get, so I
Hey.
don't get stoned with Uno.
Yeah, and hi, Katwelian. Again, I don't know how to pronounce your name. We're about to end the stream in literally a minute, so glad you could join us for the last minute.
Yeah.
You've been a very loyal fan. You've been here since
Yes.
the beginning.
Ian, yeah.
I
thank
only
you.
wish Darkest Finest was here.
Fun.
Oh my god, no.
It's like we hit end stream and you see in the chat, hey, from him.
Damn it.
Like you're super heartbroken and
That's
all that.
depressing. If it was that would happen.
But anyway, with that said, Buzzer's out, and we'll see you guys on whatever we do next.
New Year.